Hey, welcome! We are live on Monday. Very excited. And those of you who've been following us on Twitch, just to let you know, this channel, because this is particularly the first stream of this particular week, because we didn't have our Sunday, because we had things I was doing. So we, have fun things coming. So keep watching all the Twitch stuff. We'll keep doing things, looking at giveaways, looking at some other things, just trying to make everything a little more fun. And so keep watching that. The big things is to right now, if you so desire, you can spend some of your channel points and go ahead and grant advantage or grant some increased treasure if and when our characters find themselves in a situation where treasure is there. But go ahead, accumulate those points, influence the games a little bit, have some fun, and if you have any suggestions, pop them over into the comments, and we'll see what we can do with more channel point funness or anything along those lines. But it's time for us to begin our game. Last where we left off, our amazing crew of popular demand was able to create a treaty of sorts with bereft Kra orcs, one of two orc tribes within the Grain Wildlands, specifically the Crystal Sands Plains. Awesome, and our bot is working. Awesome, thanks, Shells. So. After making the treaty between yourself and the Barafka, one of the two tribes of the Crystal Sands Plains, you got a message indicating that there may have been some trouble with a certain flying castle that you had sent over the middle of the Zemnian fields. Specifically over Mount Menetry, and it had been causing some issues, and they had tracked and kind of figured out its trajectory. It's coming from the Grain Wildlands itself. And upon further investigation, they tracked it potentially from Uthadurn. And from some other reports, Uthadurn tracked it to you. After receiving this information, Shauna messaged her handlers of the Vostrucker variety and decided to let them know that she had been involved in the castle and that she was intimately involved with its movement, had the power to move it, upon which they demanded that she send it to the Vegessen Sanatorium immediately. Now, this was about 1 minute ago. So, here in Barafka, with the wind blowing, having a somewhat private hut that was provided to you for this kind of serious business by the ruling council. Popular demand, what would you like to do?
I want to sleep. Tired.
A rest, and then a castle raid, and then maybe leaving an empty castle for some
I think
friends.
I think we did get a plan going for rapid movement across the plains to intercept. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure that we did get a plan going.
That plan got foiled by a lot.
Yeah. I thought that we had it correct.
No, because I believe fly spell doesn't last an hour.
Yeah, fly only lasts for 10 minutes, I think.
Yep.
Is it only 10 minutes?
Yeah. So the big thing here is time's passing since they've ordered Shauna to move the castle. So if you want to take an 8-hour rest, that will be 8 hours, and things may progress. So just to keep the time, every minute matters here.
And it was a matter of weeks, though, that it would take for it to get there, though. Like, if we set it on
Yes.
the path, it's not going to be, like, halfway there in 8 hours.
Yeah,
right.
but hours without movement will be
for sure,
interpreted
for sure.
as a problem.
Well, and it's either going to go to there or it's going to come up to where we are. It's along the same trajectory.
Weren't we saying that we were going to have it come to us on the way?
All right. Hey, everybody. Our Keeper of the Lore, Unseen Servant Art Department informs me that you had a long rest before you got the news.
Okay.
So you long rested, and then you got all this news happening.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
I know I'm just a employee here, but I do think we should jump on the castle.
I think that is the plan. It's how are we going to do that? It's not just like, hey, let's just jump on the castle.
No, if you're underneath it, if Creed and I did this before, if you're underneath it, then we can get transported up to it, if that's what you mean. Otherwise, heading straight to.
The castle's, far away. I know the area a little bit. That's pretty far away from where we are now. How do we get there?
I don't know. I see. I have in my grimoire. I move it by writing in here, and there's this whole thing figuring it out, and just kind of sent it off so I can move it in a direction. But my navigation is not that great. I'm not geography. I was terrible at.
But it's going to take. It's slow, so it's going to take a while for it to get to the sanatorium.
Right.
What if
Yeah, but we don't know if we'll be able to get there before it does.
We could if we could teleport. That would get us there.
Well, but we don't want to teleport into a space where we will be captured before we can get out of the area where we teleported to.
Agreed. Shauna, a lot of this rests on your shoulders. I'm new here too, just like Ral, but I see a lot of this sitting on you. It's not your castle, but it's your people giving us a hard time.
This is true. They've kind of always given us a hard time, though.
You told me to tell them all that, Gothic.
What do you mean? I don't remember that. That was before I obviously took a nice long rest. I probably did tell you to tell them all
Matt,
that. That sounds about right.
Is there any chance that by getting my people also involved in it, we could cause a clash of the clans and buy ourselves a little bit more time?
Your people
Being the myriad.
It depends on you don't have a whole bunch of. Well, it depends on how you want to do that. I think what your pull is. Myriad isn't necessarily one to interfere with Cerberus assembly too much.
Okay.
They would stay clear on a typical.
Okay. Oh yeah, no. It was
They
just
probably
a,
want to figure
But
stuff
is
out.
this typical?
I'd look to Zarm and be like, so what exactly, from what you did see up there, what was it?
I wasn't paying a bunch of close attention. We were just trying to get in and rescue the others and get out. But we did fight some like arcane energy type creatures, and then we grabbed them and left. So we didn't see much. But there was definitely things going on. The goblins who were there, they had been stuck there for I think weeks and weren't able to escape. And so there's definitely hostile things in there. That's for sure.
We should question them before any movement.
I think we should. You want to get the castle moving. I'd rather keep the assembly off our backs, even if it's just for the next day or two.
Yeah. I think the problem is if the assembly knows it's not moving, then that means the assembly has eyes on it, no matter what we decide to do with it.
Oh, I'm sure they're scrying on it every day.
Or just you.
But I'm not even near the castle.
Oh no, they would just scry on you to find out what's happening with it and what our plans are.
Not necessarily. That's a lot of power dedicated to just one task. If they think that we're just going to do it anyways, maybe we should tell them that we can't move it because we had turned over control to the, or not the dynasty, to the, to
Uthadorn?
the Uthadorn, because they had been made aware that it was over the Empire and they were upset about it. I don't know.
And
Blame someone
technically,
else.
we do act within their governmental.
Authority. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were. Zarm technically was acting under their authority when he first went in there, even though it was a little sneaky boy. But it's still technically within his authority to go there, do that as that, and
No, but
thus
it
be
wasn't
able-
within his authority to send it over to the Empire because that would cause a war. So we got to be very careful and very clear about how we word this.
That I'll just go ahead and own up to that now, guys. That one's on me. I'll go ahead and take the hit on that one. I was just trying to get it out of our hair and just get our keep going, and repercussions were not thought about. So that one's on me. Here, everybody take a plum. Here you go.
Take out some plums and start tossing
Oh no, I
plums at
couldn't. I couldn't.
What? Take the plum.
Yeah, man. You
I-
just take the plum.
I'll plant a tree with it.
Great.
I'll come back to Zarm. I'll give him his plum back. I was like, it's not your fault.
See, he
You
gets
didn't
to.
know. You didn't know anything was wrong with
Is
it.
it because I'm the intern?
It's been chasing us for how long? We didn't know that there was leaking.
Was your friend making it chase
Since
us?
we found
Thank
that
you,
book.
Presley.
What was making it chase us? Was it your friend?
It's the.
No,
I believe it's the book. Yep.
Whoa, I got an idea. It's leaking, right? It's leaking magic, and it's hurting the people of Comorta. We can't just send it straight up to the sanatorium. If we go through a direct route, how many more people is it going to go over?
How much of the environment?
I mean, I know a little bit about the area. I know where Rexentrum is. Rexentrum is a pretty big place. We can't send this thing over Rexentrum. That would be the most irresponsible thing we could possibly do. Even if we were sincere about turning it over, the best thing we could do is to get it away from people and move it around to get to the sanatorium.
No, it needs to not go there ever. Though.
Well, sure. No, yes. Come on. I know that, but this is the ruse. Like it is a morally upright decision to move this thing over the mountains and through the wilderness, over the water, over the
river and
sea.
through the woods.
Exactly.
Right.
Instead of through Grandma's house, because we don't want to kill Grandma.
Oh, I thought we were going to Grandma's house. Okay, my mistake.
It's okay, Gothic. I'll speak slower. But the idea is to save lives,
Okay, then righteous.
but,
See how it is.
but really to buy us time.
Righteous, when was the last time you were in the Empire?
Oh, it's been a while, but I've been in the Empire. I mean, I got some friends there, but not many. I got a little bit more enemies. Everyone breaks hearts. So I think that might be an easy way to start.
You know what? Let's go with we have no control over it.
There's stuff going on in the Empire that's out from other stuff that's not from the castle, right? Since Presley went to the Empire during his off time for a little bit, what exactly is going on there in the Empire then? That's nearby. Xander, you're muted.
Oh no, I'm in personal issues where I'm just saying I don't have any fucking bags. Come on, my veggies.
I'm not
What-
aware of anything going on in the Empire. It's been a while.
We
I
make
am.
something going on in the Empire.
What was that, Shauna?
I found out some information
Like what?
that I've been So,
Share with the class.
can we head back to the keep first? Because I don't. This is something I'd feel like we need to talk about in a private place.
Oh, we can question the goblins and healers. This works.
Plus, we do need to get the dragons back and everything.
Oh wait, can we teleport the dragons?
If we have
If
two
they enter the
teleports, we can
teleport.
teleport the dirt.
Okay.
How many teleport circle? How many people can go in one
I can do it
teleport
twice.
circle?
I can do it.
That's
I
right,
can do it
because
four
you don't have
times
to go
that
through the
too.
teleport circle, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I can do it once too, Josh. You don't have to burn both your fifth.
But I do think we should head back because I do have some information to tell the group.
Okay.
Are we letting the castle sit, or are we
Gonna
gonna?
keep.
Zarm, send the
let
castle
it sit.
to.
Let it sit for now. Let's get the details going. A couple hours won't make a difference. It moves slow anyways.
Start sending to the castle to the frigid depths, the ocean.
Okay.
Frigid depths.
But don't we
It would
won't tell
take
them
a couple
about it.
days. Yeah, it would take a couple days to start heading that way, so at least they think it's on the move.
Right over the
Well,
Cirrus Mountains, right? Less people.
I'm trying to think the quickest way to get it over the ocean. I mean,
But yeah, not as much quick, I don't think, as dodging villages. And I mean, we already destroyed Comorta, or it sounds like. Let's not kill everyone that lives over there.
well,
To be
Yeah, I
clear,
think I have
Zarm
plans
killed
there.
Comorta.
if we have it come towards,
It's manslaughter,
Um,
not murder's arm. Don't worry.
No, it's genocide at this point, isn't it?
No, because it's not an entire people. It's just a region of an area in the empire.
Just
It's
mass
not like the
murder.
entire empire was murdered. It's just a portion of the empire.
Good job, little guy.
Yeah.
I agree with that plan, Shauna. Get the castle moving away from Comorta. Buy us some time to chat, and the justification for why it's not heading straight to the sanatorium.
yes.
Or we can just ignore their sending stone for a while.
Oh, it wasn't a sending stone. It was a message
Okay.
through my connections. But
All right.
Was there ever a sense of if I could control the speed of this thing, or was it just static movement in its speed?
You've not investigated enough to know like how fast or anything like that.
Okay.
The only time you moved it is when you moved it over there and you didn't really pay any attention
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
to,
I will.
Miniature. But real quick, Righteous, go ahead and take inspiration from B1240, please.
Oh, thanks, B. Can I use that on anyone's roll, or does that have to be one of mine?
I believe, yeah, you can give inspiration to somebody else. Yep.
Oh, goody.
Thanks, Twitch chat.
All right. So go ahead, Josh.
Whether or not we end up sending it farther than that, we need to start moving it away from Gomorrah now. We can at least distract them,
Agreed.
make them think it's on the way, and get those people some relief from that. So
I'll open the book and send it in that direction. Yeah, towards the frigid depths.
Okay. Let me just take a peek real fast here.
So, Matt, I have proficiency. Oh, never mind. I forgot what calligraphy meant. That's not maps. I'm sorry, guys.
cartography.
Yeah.
Close. Close. I was gonna say it's close.
I can write pretty, but I don't know maps that well.
I'm good at forging things if that helps.
I just want to know if that direction is going to create problems with it hitting other civilized locations.
Does anyone have a map in character?
Did we literally look at a map last
Yes.
time we used it?
Okay.
We do have a map.
So you would know that going that way, okay, your map, you're going to go over Pride's Call, which is a civilization. And likely the Velven Thicket, which is largely populated by forest gnomes.
But It's either send it all over the. There's a lot more damage, I think, if we were to send it straight up. Wouldn't there be? If we were to send it towards the thing.
If you would go directly to the Vergessen Sanatorium,
You're
It's
gonna
go
hit.
right over Rexentrum.
yeah.
Just have it like hover over an unpopulated area for like a day while we.
Or yeah, can we set it more in the direction of the Lushgut Forest just for a couple days? Just try to dodge through.
We don't have controls, remember?
Like,
Yeah,
kind of
I'd also
thinking-
say if you're sending it more towards the Syrian Chasm, that's very the opposite direction of the Vergessen, right? It's just so you know, like
yeah.
there's no like, oh, they're trying to obey, like there's no room there based on the angles.
It moves slowly. Let's get it outside of Comorda as quick as we can, and then we'll divert then if we need to. But we need to at least regroup and spend a little bit of time making a plan, figuring out what we're doing.
Agreed.
All right.
So I'd say based on where you sent it and them saying it's affecting Comorda, you estimate that it seems to be affecting an area within 100 square miles of it.
God
We're
damn.
we're
Do you have
destroying
an
this
idea of
castle.
the time frame it takes to do so? Like,
Oh my
because
God.
it was there for a considerable time before
The
there
whole
were like
time
any
it was
major
following
issues,
the group.
That's a good point.
right? So it seems like if it's moving at least a little bit,
So you're not some of the X factors. One, it was not as out of control when Zarm had first sent it. In fact, Zarm rescued people who had been holding back the problem in the castle itself, and then and as they removed it, their defenses eventually went down, and it began starting. It also took some time to get to Comorda, to Mount Menatri, or Mentiri rather. So you don't have a lot of control factors to really understand rates, nor do you know if it's gaining in its rate
Right.
of leakage anyway. So there's just a lot of things that you don't.
Oh yeah.
A lot of variables you're not aware of.
Yeah.
Well, let's move it for now and let's build a plan.
And if they know how to stop the magical leak or whatever, we can maybe go up there and do something a little more permanent for that.
Hopefully. All right. To the
Yeah.
keep.
To the keep.
Oh, what does everyone want for lunch? I say.
Okay. So teleportation circle. How many creatures can go through at a time there?
It does not say.
Was it a turn?
yeah,
It's a 10-foot to matter, and it's 1 round. So
Or 1 round then? Okay, 20. It's usually I do about 20 in that. So you get everybody through, including your Jasper and the dragons.
Just in one.
Yeah, that'd be 7 plus 13's 20. So that's exactly what
Cool.
the limit is. So for those of you watching, a large circle is made, crafted within the center of this, and a baker's dozen of dragons is brought forth. 13 wormlings, 12 of which are white, 1 is crystalline, reflecting the sun itself, almost glowing with radiance as it leads this herd of wormlings. And one by one, they all fly in. Now, I'm not sure we actually established this. In Starseeker Keep, or Starspire, rather, Starspire Keep, where is your teleportation circle?
It wasn't in the. It was right outside of the not academy. That's too big a word, but the classroom area, the study.
Is it just like in the open area? Is it within a room?
Did we put it in the courtyard? That would have been smart.
It would have been smart. I don't know. I had specifically said as close. I think the closest to the room without being in it. So it would have been in a room.
Okay. So there's a little like teleportation landing area that's protected from the elements a little bit, so people don't get too shocked. And all of you run out of the room. It's a little tight. As the first of you know, you got to like go. The dragons are coming. And there's a moment where some of your hireling guards and those around you have a garrison of guards station that had brought off supplies earlier. They're grabbing their crossbows, aiming. What is happening? As just this little flock of dragons comes through.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! They're with us.
I wouldn't say that they're friendly, but they're not in direct opposition. They'll eat you if you hit them.
You thought you'd eat people if they hit you.
Exactly. That's why I can assume that the dragons will do it too.
Gatha, can you get Jasper to try and lead them out of here? Or is that not a thing anymore when he's small?
No, I mean I totally can. I just don't know if I want to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm just gonna keep him. All right, I'm gonna head out of this room.
Jasper, get the dragons out of here. Take them to the spires. I don't know.
And
Why don't we inform Tabas? You know, the lady who speaks Draconic.
That's a great idea, Creed.
Right.
Wait, no, but if we
give her
want to
this egg.
subject the new dragonlings to Tabas, this is a legitimate concern of animal cruelty.
She'll shape him right up. She'll shape him right up.
That's funny coming from you guys.
Speak a language.
Listen, I have not harmed animals that have not attacked me first.
I can speak to any creature.
And even when we were threatened by animals, I still made friends with them, aka all of our new dragon wormlings.
Creed's looking at Righteous and
All right.
Jana.
I think about the time Tabas, who'd been alerted, just does come down and say, "Hey, what is this?" And like kind of looks at Creed mostly, like someone explain this.
Creed, place the blame on Creed. All his fault. Don't let him tell you different.
I've got this rock that I need you to look after.
I have this goo I need you to look after.
Oh, it's a replacement eggshell. If you get the gist, like head bob towards Shauna and Righteous. It's still alive.
Yeah.
They just spin a little bit as goop.
Okay, so you give this rock to Tabas.
Yeah. I'll tell him telepathically that it's like a troll dragon hybrid.
All right. So did you put the goop in this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I asked you out of session last time if I could do this beforehand.
Right. Well, we haven't done the time. So, what point would you have done this?
During the long rest when I got my spell slots back. In fact, I can mark one off if you'd like.
Okay. So after you long rested, do you do a full 8 hours, Creed?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So probably after.
Could
All
I
right. So
could I have, or at least make him not expend a spell slot if I went and I helped out? Because me and Creed were working closely throughout this whole year, and I can telepathically communicate with anything that speaks a single language at least. It doesn't need to be shared. And I can just speak with animals whenever I want. So.
Oh, no, that's something different.
Oh, okay.
So you reach in and you're trying to think of this goop essentially. So we're gonna, just for the purposes of this, let's go ahead and do this at the keep for some story purposes. As you reach into the bag of holding, there is way more of this goop than was there originally. And you kind of like take about out what you think is, and you kind of reach back in, and you're just pouring out. And as the cold air hits it, it even begins to kind of like react to this cold air a little bit. So you estimate, based on just kind of filling out this space of this bag, that it is filled to the brim with the goop at this point.
That's disgusting.
That's super fucking gross.
And I would say it begins reacting really quickly. You throw it back into the bag, and you realize that it's probably somewhat inert in the bag right now because it's filled its container. And interesting things may happen if you take it out.
I have a question about these bags. Can you open the bag and like it's just open? Like, have we effectively made a goop bomb?
No, it's not that.
You have to stick your head in and stick it and pull it inside out. Then you have the bomb.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. GM.
Yeah, you could pierce it too from the outside. If you
Like
see
pulling a pin on a okay.
Aliens, if I there's something in there.
Oh, Mr. GM.
So now I have 2
recalculate
bombs
that.
on me.
I
Okay.
could have done it 10 minutes before the long rest because I had my ring ready.
Oh, this
Gotcha. Either way, it would have been about this full actually. So the issue here is you took something that reacted to the cold and put it into a bag of colding.
Yeah, I noticed that with my sessions before.
well, this is great. We can grow this stuff. We just have to find a way to use it.
What stuff?
You know that's still a dragon, right?
I'm sorry, wait. What?
Yep. It just doesn't stop being a dragon.
I'm gonna need context.
Oh, you missed that session.
I was off getting Creed ordered some crazy fucking macchiato bullshit. I had to travel like fucking half a continent away. Like,
I'd like to use silent image and paint the pictures. We tell Ral the story of the dragon flying and landing on top of our Lehman's tiny hut and carving itself open as it drops this goopy egg. The egg being brought into the hut, and it wasn't Righteous's idea to bring in the egg. Like the whole time he's like, Shauna, don't touch it. What are you doing? This is a horrible idea. The story's a little bit different. And then the egg exploding, goop getting on everyone except for Righteous. And then Creed putting
Didn't
it
get
in
on
the bag of
Gathok
colding.
either.
Or and Gothic, of course. And then
Hey,
Creed
I
putting
did
it in the
put
bag
it
of
into a
colding, even
bag
though
of
Righteous
holding.
was saying not to.
huh?
It's like a dragon troll thing, is what we were imagining.
Oh no!
Not a troll dragon, a dragon troll.
Wait, so not a troll dragon, not a troll that became part dragon because it
A
ate
dragon that
dragon.
became part troll.
It's a
Yeah, they
dragon that
messed
became
up.
part troll because of what?
Magic?
Oh, maybe it ate a troll. I don't know. Okay.
Gathok and rocks.
He's pinching like the in between of his bridge. He's like, okay, so we have a cold reacting goop dragon baby that never had reached full sentience and doesn't know good or evil, trapped within a small confined space where it has meticulously grown for an unspecified period of time. And if we let it out of the bag, there is the potential that this immortal troll creature could reconstitute itself similarly to a troll and come out bigger and badder than it would have ever been and potentially be fully grown.
I mean, if you'd like, I could make a little mold. We could pour it in.
Honestly, I'll take that at this point. I need a coffee. Does anybody need a coffee? Coffee juice? Anyone?
Okay, yeah.
Coffee.
Okay. I go off and I get coffee.
So, Tabs, you know anybody that could look after the goop dragon?
And we
Like
don't
that.
want it to grow.
I think we want to keep it in the bag. I think that bag is no longer a bag of colding. It's now a bag of goop dragon.
Yeah.
Holding. Bag of goop dragon holding.
What else was in the bag?
Monster parts.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Did they get assimilated into the fucking dragon like everything else? Trolls touch?
No.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
What
get
kind of
that.
exodia, blue eyes, white dragon ass bitch is gonna come out of there? We can never
Like,
open that
can I
bag
open the
ever
bag?
again.
And go for my jar of spawn worm stomach lava.
To be clear, the other parts were, although kept in that container, were in separate containers.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
that's
think
what
that
I'm saying. Like,
matters
I have a
to-
jar of stomach lava.
Yeah, like we had vials of stuff.
That's the thing. If it's a let's be honest, dragons are really smart. If this dragon had
It doesn't have
ability-
arms and legs.
No, but it doesn't need arms and legs to have sentience. It's a dragon.
Yeah, I'm talking about opening up a jar.
Yes, and I'm saying I think that dragon probably ate the jar and everything in it.
Okay. So what you're likely talking about is 64 cubic feet of goop.
Slime dragon?
Ugh.
Slagon?
I don't think that we need to name it per se.
To name it Percy.
So we have a full-size dragon in a bag right now.
Yeah,
Potentially, yes.
Does anyone remember the 5'11" redhead that wore a purple dress, carried a mace, and had a bow and arrow? Was pretty skinny and loud.
Oh, I
Yes.
missed some good stuff.
Maybe we should ask her for help. Name was
happens-
like Banjo or something.
What if we take just like the
Ah.
teeniest bit?
Yeah.
Just like a spoonful.
spoonful of honey helps a medicine go down.
Or maybe it makes a dragon, but we're gonna see if we try.
I'm not too anxious to reconstitute this dragon. It was pretty terrifying. Is that okay if we like hold? Maybe we can like hold this in our back pocket, like a, you know.
No, I
This is
actually
planned-
wasn't.
I think that-
now.
Does anybody remember what happened the last time we put something off, and then it's maybe or maybe not causing a full-scale war on the continent? How about we not put things off because
Well,
we
this time
learned a
Zark's not
lesson?
gonna sneak away.
Yeah, we'll take this one with us, and if anything goes down, we just I'll just empty it out. We'll just go,
We'll just empty it out.
yeah, and then leave.
That sounds exactly like delaying problems.
Yeah, that can't be a good solution. That could go wrong in so many ways.
You're always threatening to blow yourself up.
Own up
Is
to your
carrying the
sins.
dragon blob too much for you as well?
I mean, it's contained now.
It sounds like a cooler way to go out, you know.
Yeah, if it's contained, I think this is a tool, not really a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a dragon in a bottle, guys. This is amazing.
Yeah,
If
but
it
I'd
ha-
rather have like a real dragon that helps us, like one of our 7 other ones.
If
So
it
you
had
think
more room,
what's the plan then, Gothic? What do you think we should do? Let this thing out?
No,
if it had more room, would it get bigger?
let it out. He says. Woo! Nope.
So we're just gonna hang on to it. Do we want to go drop it into that keep of eternal fire you guys were talking to me about?
Or we
That's
can just
pretty
end the
messed
world.
up considering they're a child.
We can drop
I'm
it in
saying
the
that we
icy
should figure out
mountains
what's
and
going
just
on.
Watch what happens.
Then once we have an idea of what's going on, maybe we can help to get rid of this weird pollution that's sort of taking over the dragon.
Tabs,
Because that's
you're
what
the
it is.
only other sensible human being. Well, not human, but you go. I mean, you're the only other sensible being when it comes to children, offspring.
Hey,
So
I'm
as a reminder, you do have the castle issue that is pressing and time sensitive.
Yeah, I think we should talk to Zarm's brother. He was in the castle, right, Zarm?
Yeah, something like that. I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
And he's a bad person, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And Zarm's also
Uh,
bad.
Bad and evil are relative terms.
Anybody got any booze?
Yeah, Zarm.
Yes, I can.
And I reach into my cloak and I pull out a bottle.
Is that gonna disappear again?
No, not if you drink
Okay.
it.
All right, give me that now.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
What does that mean?
He just downs. How big a bottle is it?
Oh, it's really nice. I don't know, a big one. What's
big
that?
one.
What's that beer Friday night keeps brewing, Matt?
That is Waltzing Matilda.
Have I heard of it? Can I just have heard of it, please?
Actually, from where in fact, it is known as one of the best brews in the Empire right now. Only for those who know how to get it. It's very rare.
Or magic.
Well, this is extremely rare, Zarm. And I hand you a bottle of Waltzing Matilda.
Okay.
I think you are the first person to ever drink this.
Oh,
outside.
Where the hell did you get that?
okay, cool.
Hey, wait, Zarm. I want some too.
Hey,
Yeah, right.
pass it.
He'll
So,
chug like
so
probably
you
a third
College
it.
of Creation this?
Yeah. Does
Okay.
it cost more than 180 gold?
No.
We all stand in a circle and just pass the bottle.
Yeah, Zarm is gonna chug a whole bunch and then pass it off to the next person.
Wait, so eat
Be
the
better if
plum
it's
and
plum
then-
flavored.
Eat the plum.
What does the
afterwards.
Waltzing Matilda taste like? Have they ever described it?
Well, so there's many brews that they would make. This particular one, let's see, which one did you brew? Perfect. This one, as you drink it, you kind of smell it, and it's almost like dirt after a rain has happened, and it's like that musty, almost ozone-y thing. And you feel warm, and you almost feel like there's a breeze on your skin. It's nice. It's just really like incredible taste, and it's like a stout, almost like an oatmeal stout is its base.
Oh, that bitch musty.
Yeah, it's hard to find, but it's special when you can get it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Can we
Pass it
sell
back
this?
or pass it around, and then just grab his plum wine and drink a bunch of that too.
Solving all of our
Hey, can you
problems
make like
with
other
alcohol.
things? Righteous?
What?
Can you make like other things?
What do you want? I can make anything you want, for money.
All right, straight to the point. Can you make drugs?
Okay. Is this our clearest priority right now? To have
Sharma walks into
No.
the school.
We can
and
talk
says,
later. We can talk later.
When everybody would like to hear what I have to say, I'll be in the private sanctum.
Yeah, let's go.
Absolutely.
Greed will follow. Greed will follow.
Yeah,
I'll
I
follow.
can grab the alcohol and follow.
I'll kind of nudge Creed, and then I'll try to be like getting you to like walk on the wall with me.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So you're moving to Zarm's brother?
No, the sanctum.
The sanctum. Okay. Gotcha. That's the sanctum within the keep?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. All right. So you move so quickly Jasper starts to kind of lead the dragons around, and they begin looking, they haven't eaten yet today, so they'll begin looking around the keep.
Can I just real quick? I'm gonna expend a psionic die and just real quick link up with that dragon and be like, "Hey, buddy, what you doing?" If he speaks any language, even if it's draconic, we can
For Jasper?
for the dragon that's looking around for munchies right now.
There's 13 of them.
Yeah,
Are
I was
they
gonna say.
all? Are they all looking hungry?
Yes. Yes, we need to feed them today.
Big boss dragon, then.
That would be
Why do you
Jasper.
think I wanted to introduce them to the steward? The person who runs the place while we're gone.
I'm walking backwards out of the room, just like, "Hey, buddy, are we good? We okay?"
Okay. Yeah, they're like, they're going hunting. It seems as they
Okay.
go. They're like looking for deer, like kind of making a circle, and
Come
they
back when
go.
you're done.
We are keeping low from the worms.
But they're not gonna go eat our people, so we're fine.
Right.
Okay.
Stick to animals. Thank you very much. Just come back when you're done. You're wonderful. I relay that to the others.
Okay.
And
So with that, you're able. Why don't let's see here. Why don't you describe your sanctum that you've designed and made? As you enter it,
It was being addressed.
Creed. Why don't you
Did Zarm
describe
create
your
it?
sanctum?
Creed.
Or, yeah, Creed did it. Yep.
Oh boy, if you thought I was bad at describing characters, I'm even worse at describing buildings.
What What are the awnings like? Are there sculptures outside?
Hmm.
Is there any Venetian architecture involved?
A double set of towers at the front entrance, interrupting the normal architecture where there's towers at every outward angle. They have arrow loops and even matriculations.
All right.
You know how at the top of towers, they have that little code that goes up.
Mhm.
The reason for those is so that snow slides off. So that makes sense in Uthaderd, yeah.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
It would have a double set of gates for security reasons.
So there's a small stone yard there, and then as you enter in, how did you furnish it?
I'm assuming that that some of the 40k gold we spent went towards that.
Right. So is it carpets, chairs, table?
Anyone have any suggestions since I'm drawing blanks?
Dark academia style, a lot of like nice oak wood, a lot of nice kind of sprawling, tucked in. What is the right word I'm looking for? Not felt, but that much fancier, like velvet. I would say wine red velvet seats, like because Ral and Creed spent a lot of time together over this year, so he definitely got a little bit of input, and he's very dark academia. So you would just see like a lot of inlaid wooden portions to the wall as far as bookcases, how they were strung together, and you may even see some nice. I don't know what they're called, but like when curtains have those big like when those window curtains like big 17-foot ones, when they have like the big cresses on top, and then behind them they have like the actual curtain coming down. I don't know how to explain what I'm talking about, but I'm genuinely hoping I'm using the right words because I kind of mixed the cresses word up. That would be where I was just kind of like, ooh, add that, throw that in.
Yeah. So as you move from this cold, palm tree, as you move from this cold, very militaristic exterior of the sanctum into there's a roaring fire with all this polished oak that gives it this almost library feel. There's some maps. There's this large oak table, good for planning and indentations in order to place drinks, and very kind of well thought out generally, as Creed had employed Tabis in order to kind of help with this whole thing. And there is a small area that seems like there is a plum tree that is being kept warm by a constant fire going on, fed by this sun that's going over. A very weird way of doing it. A lot of effort being put into this plum tree, but kept up because of Zarm's interns, the 3 that follow him around most days. Keep it going for him. But anyway, you are able to safely enter here to have your further discussions.
I am head intern.
Yep.
Shauna? You had
So I was a bit. Let me just get to the point. I got a message. I'm going to cast non-detection on myself first. Even though I'm in a private sanctum, I just want to do this because I know the people I work for. So
you got it.
There was an incident in Zadash. There was operatives sent there, and they have not been able to verify if they're alive or not. And more than 50% of the population has died.
Oh,
what? Of the dash?
Zadash.
Was that us? Was that us?
No, this was not us. This incident.
Where's
Well, I hope
Someone
not.
tell me.
It is
I
below
have no
Rexington.
idea where.
Is Rexentrum okay, or is it just the dash?
This is just the dash, at least what they told me.
Holy shit.
But they also told me that this has some necromantic origin and seems to be carrying by some plague. A former asset of some lady named Lucre Falcre has notified my master, or was Master Ikazan my master too, or not?
Yes.
Okay. Had notified my master that she had found a young necromancer who was quite talented beyond his years, and this necromancer's name is a tiefling who goes by Azrael Andronian. He's officially been named also the Annex and has been given the voice of the Archmage.
That sounds really complicated.
Yeah, what is the voice of the Archmage?
Yeah, stupefying.
What would I know about like being the Annex and that, Matt?
Sure. So an annex. An annex is basically people who would be part of the Cerberus assembly, but not one of the archmages.
Okay.
People who would work for them. So there's quite a few accomplished mages who are considered annexes. Anyone who would run a magical shop in the Empire usually has to be an annex to get their license. It's part of them being associated. The voice of the Archmage essentially means within this particular person, within realms of their charter, speaks with the full authority of one of the Cerberus assembly heads,
which would be Trent.
Yeah, their voice is Trent's when they're acting within the charter they've been given.
And just to let you all know, if anybody finds out that I told you this, I will be dead.
I think we're
Brown
getting that
stops
way
writing
anyways.
it down.
Did the Cerberus Assembly cause this? Did they cause half of the dash to die?
No, they believe it was a necromantic origin and some
Did
type
they
of plague.
want it to happen?
I do
So
not know.
They didn't cause it. They just know
So
about it.
so Zadash is near
50%.
Rexentrum is the capital of the Empire.
Zadash isn't near Rex.
Okay, it's just in
It's
the Empire.
good hundreds of miles,
Yeah,
hundreds of miles away, but it is one of the
It's like
biggest,
the second
I
biggest
believe,
city.
towns.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're keeping it a secret.
So
It sounds like something you do when you're responsible for something.
What happened to the survivors then?
I do not know. That is all that they informed me. I just figured I should be truthful with the group.
What is going
Oh
on?
gosh. Well, shit, this makes the castle not seem like that big of a deal. Why are they freaking out about this castle when they've got half of the dash gone?
Because that would be
That's why
two
they're
towns.
freaking out about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because 2 towns now have been destroyed.
Yeah,
If
and also,
this-
Shauna, you would know that it's also been something that they've handed off. So they've handed it off to this Azrael that you've been introduced to.
Okay.
So they're not worried. They're like, this person has it, and now we focus on
Under
our other
big.
things. It's an organization. They know how to look at many
Delegate.
things at once.
And delegate. So now our next step, I think we should keep the castle.
Me too.
That they might be just
It will-
distracted enough with that we can take the castle and deal with that.
I think they'll know still that the castle won't be showing up. It will still cause conflict. We have to prepare ourselves.
To kill? I say, smiling.
If they attack, we
No.
can warn others about the fate of Zadash.
Not to kill.
But that would make Shauna a target. Then she'd be a target of the
We're
assembly.
all a
I-
target.
We'll be
We'll
a traitor.
target if they attack us, Arm.
Shauna,
We
these
just-
people can track you wherever
Technically-
you go.
Technically, right now, after telling you all this, I am known as a traitor. So, I'm giving my alliance to you all.
So tell her of the benefits of betraying your country and joining us.
They're standing around us right now.
Looks around.
That's a big sacrifice, Shauna.
Thank you. We appreciate your trust. We will probably fuck it up.
We'll have your back,
Fearless.
Shauna, even if they don't.
Yes, this is true. We will die for you, so at least you have that.
And then she is going to pull out her book that
wasn't
connects
my
her to the
contract.
stream of assembly and to her master. And she is, since it is a new day, she's going to pull out a little bead of flame and throw it at the book and incinerate it.
Okay.
Oh no!
So, and there goes
They
all.
might have-
They will find out sooner or later.
they might have just forgiven you and given you a
Yeah,
slap on the
sooner.
wrist.
Sooner for sure, Shauna.
Well, then,
Well,
it's decided, I guess.
Hey,
Zarm will sit down and
Wait,
start
wait,
writing in
do
the grimoire to,
Wait, Shauna, do you still have the
at least
sending
not
stone?
move towards
What?
the way it's going.
Do you have the sending stones? Still? The sending stone for the Empire?
Didn't that one blow up on us?
No.
Because I gave.
I
all
think
my
he
sending
meant
stones away.
the ones that you had.
Yeah, your secret spy ones.
Yeah, that was
you
my
showed
book.
us. Oh, okay. Never mind. We're
Yeah.
good then. I was gonna say,
What about
anything
the
that
sending
can
stone
be
you
tracked,
gave
can just
me?
put in there.
That you would have still. Because didn't you give that away to Zarn?
No, I had two.
Okay.
No, he had two. Here, anybody that has something that can be tracked by Empire, put it in the bag of holding.
Hands it to Shauna.
the goo bag. We have a second bag, right? Tell us we have a second bag.
We have like 3 bags.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Bag of holding, a bag of colding, and a bag of golding.
This is actually pretty much how.
I
The
don't think
bag
I've
of
got
golding has
anything
been criminally underused.
on me that the Empire
it
would be
has.
interested in.
All right, put the
What's
stuff
the-
that can be tracked in here.
What's the bag of gold in?
Don't worry about it.
Funny.
You don't get to know yet.
I wouldn't say I'm worried about it.
You don't get to know yet.
It's
Hey, Ralph,
interesting,
Ralph,
maybe.
give me a copper.
Well,
Writing
Okay.
down bag of golden.
Give
No,
me,
don't
give me
say
a
that.
copper.
No, the thing about the bag of golding is that you don't want it to be known and tracked.
The thief is
Don't
staring
write
at
that
it.
down. Gathlock's just gonna grab the bottle of alcohol and drink it all.
Creed's gonna take the bottle.
Shauna, you're brave. I would never cross the assembly like what you just did. You're brave.
Same.
Maybe stupid, but brave.
I don't know that Shauna's stupid.
I was,
You know,
Shauna's pretty smart.
living under the thumb of somebody and being tortured by them, it's the right thing to do.
yeah.
Do people torture you? I have a great job opening for you where they don't torture you. We're going to talk later.
Shauna
I think
already
I'm
has
okay
the job.
with secret underground organizations for a while. So
No.
thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You
have
took
my
fate
sentence.
in your own hands, Shauna. I'm proud of you. This is big. This is a big day for you. Zarm. Zarm, you
Should
drunk
we get
enough
your
yet,
brother?
buddy?
Huh?
You drunk enough yet, buddy?
Huh?
Ready to talk to your friends?
What are you talking?
You
What are you talking
gotta.
about?
Shauna burned some bridges. It's time for you to build
She
some.
did. I commend Shauna for that. I did a similar thing with the dynasty, so I think
Yeah, so you should-
deal.
Gathlock's
really
just gonna
help us
keep
out.
drinking.
I put my arm around Zarm. You know the thing about family, Zarm?
Can I give
There's always
advantage
time
to
to
him?
talk to family. You know, there's always the opportunity to mend any barriers, you know, and just find a way to bond.
Is that how that
I'll be in the
works?
room, but you guys can do the talking.
If you want, I can put you in like a psychic group chat.
That's actually that's
I'll
perfect.
hear everything. But,
Yeah, let's do that. That's perfect.
No, sorry,
Oh.
you need to be in the room.
I'll be.
No,
in the
he'll
room.
be in the room, but like, he'll just, it'll be not out loud.
Zarm, if you don't want to talk, I get it, but why would your brother talk to us when he could talk to you?
We still
That's
saved
kind of the
him.
point.
Creed still saved him. They've been resting here. We've given them food. We've given them a place to stay for months. There's still plenty of reason for them to talk to you all.
I look at Zara and I'm just like, criminals aren't that bad, you know. It's a complicated relationship with the law. It
Yeah.
gets people into certain situations.
Yeah, I know. Criminals aren't bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Criminals are bad.
Aren't
You're
bad.
looking at
Don't
one
get
who's
touched.
now the royal advisor to the diarchy, so I get it.
Can you give us some insight about your brother?
Yeah. His name is Gurks.
His name is Girdle.
Gurks.
Oh, Girdle's so much better.
His name is Gurks. You can call him Girdle if you want.
I will.
I don't care what you
Just
call
for
him.
you.
He's worked for some shady organizations. We grew up, pickpocketing, stealing spell components, stuff like that. Now he does it more. I haven't seen him for a long time. Last time I knew, he was in jail. And since then, I don't know how he got out or why he was in the castle.
Matt, is someone heavily involved in thievery with them? Is there any chance I've heard of this guy before?
No,
Is it
just
other
different,
people? Okay.
entirely different sphere that they operated in than you.
Okay, cool. So he's not famous enough for me to know him. So
Yeah, no. You don't know them the way that you talk to him would, and knowing a little bit of Zarm anyway. The Myriad doesn't have a big dynasty presence or any type of dynasty presence really.
we need to talk later, Zarm. I have many conversations to have tonight.
I agree.
In the coming days.
I agree, but we've got things to do first. We got to deal with this
So-
stuff. There's a lot going on.
Of course.
So, Zarm, you don't want to go and talk to your brother, right?
I don't think. Look, to be honest, I think he will respond better to talking to you guys than he will talking to me.
Did you guys fight?
Something
you
like
left?
that.
Ral, do you want to do some good cop, bad cop?
I'm really good at bad cop, but I can try good cop. I'm more than I would like to try good cop, actually.
I would love to see Ral be good cop. I would love to see Ral be good cop.
I think I'm going to be a great good cop.
I kind of meant
I don't.
bad cop, zone of truth cop kind of deal.
Do I still get to be bad cop?
You could be good cop. I'll just zone of truth and I can be bad cop.
I'm pretty sure to them, the Zone of Truth is the bad cop.
Yay! All right, I'm good cop.
All right. We'll go talk to.
The words honest and criminal don't really come to mind together.
Listen, there's another goblin in there too. Her name is
Is it your lover?
Kirsia. Just leave her out of it.
What's her name?
Is she your girlfriend?
Is she a girl?
Ooh, she's your girlfriend.
She is not. You can just leave her out of it.
Nope.
Kirk should have
She's
all
your
the
girlfriend.
information we need.
No, we're definitely going to
Okay.
involve her unless you tell us why we should.
I'm going to ask personal questions.
Oh my god, let's ask her the first thing when we walk in.
How is it to pet Zarm?
I-
Yes!
One of your lovers is with us tonight. That's how I'll begin.
No, don't begin like that. Because what if she's done both of the brothers?
Guys,
no.
guys. I do not need this image of Zarm in my brain.
It's too late. It's gonna be there.
Too late. It's already there.
There are some things you cannot forget. Shauna, you know modify memory, right?
I do.
Okay. Let's
Don't
move
worry,
on,
just
please.
intensify the image in their mind. It's fine.
I would love to see Presley and Ral. This is fantastic.
Ral is going to try and just straighten out his leather armor and just kind of brush things off. Kind of oh, okay, nice. Charming. No through punch. I'm ready.
So you're going into them at this point?
Yes.
Gothok is going to get more alcohol and continue to drink.
Okay.
On the way in, Zarm's gonna try and lean back just a little bit and stealthily cast invisibility so that none of the rest of the group can see.
Okay. So, in the infirmary in this room, there is these makeshift tents as you enter. This place has been kept up by Tabas. It's rather clean, but very nondescript, pretty much stone table with a few herbs stacked about, mostly dried, and things have to be rehydrated as there's just not a good way to grow things here. You haven't gotten to that point yet, so it's mostly dried supplies. But they've kind of made themselves at home by making this tent there, and it's made out of things like gauze and different things that they've just kind of tried to provide themselves some sense of comfort here. And for some reason, they haven't accepted any of like the furnishings or beds that have been made. But as you come in, you see two of them stick their heads out, one female, the other male from these tents, and go, well, good. We get to thank the people who helped us. Thank you. We want to leave now. Thanks.
That's a nice thought.
Hey, you're getting alcohol. Hey, how are you doing?
We're doing a lot better if we weren't apparently somewhere against our will.
Would you rather be dead?
All right. What do you want?
Okay, good talk. Yep. Information.
Okay.
Presley, do you want to?
Yeah. Presley's here. He's going to interview you. Listen to what he says and do what he says.
Hey, we're just gonna do a really quick thing. It's nothing you need to worry about. We're just gonna cast a little zone of truth, not because we don't trust you.
We don't trust you.
It's for our. It's for. I'm reaching up and I'm not anywhere near his face. It's for our own safety, and so that we can just make sure. And I'm looking at them, and it's just fangs, and I'm just staring them deeply in the eyes.
Okay.
Just make it easier. Just accept it, and I'll cast Zone of Truth for them.
I told them that we don't trust them, right?
What's their DC?
15 charisma.
I'm not constrained by nonviolence. I will put that out there.
I like violence personally.
Bones break very easily. People don't realize.
It seems to take effect on all of them.
All right. First off, how'd you get into that castle?
That's a good question, though.
We uncovered some way of tracking it. Utilized that method. This is a female talking. She's utilized that way of tracking it, and we found a way on it using some stolen mounts.
Oh. Okay. But
And everything was going fine till it started moving. Apparently, it had been at that location for hundreds of years or something.
Its movements are unknown to us. We are still figuring some things out. But we do really appreciate it. We noticed that...
Figuring something out. Do you control that thing?
No.
We wish when we are trying, to be honest.
Which, by the way, I need everybody, if you're trying to raise this Zone of Truth, I need you to make the Zone of Truth save.
Oh, what is that again?
Because it affects everybody in the room. There's no targeting.
Oh, shit.
Wait, I have a question.
What's the save?
This is cast by Presley, right?
Charisma?
Yeah.
So I have advantage.
I do not.
My Mage Slayer feat.
Mage Slayer strikes again!
I rolled a 7. So we do control it. We do have entire control over its direction. The thing is, Zarm, your brother actually is here, the one who saved
control.
you.
It's a lot to say entire control. We have a great deal of control.
You're right. Not entire control, but Zarm, your brother and your lover? Question mark? I'm not sure. He wouldn't elaborate. But tiny little wizard man said he stole a lot with you when you were younger. He helped you, brought you back. You know, we're just kind of trying. Yes.
Rosh. Too much.
I'm gonna take a step back real quick. I'm gonna grab a coffee. Does anybody need coffee?
What was the DC?
Coffee?
Right, so that little bugger's bragging, is he?
No,
Wants to
bragging.
say his conquest, telling people things he shouldn't. Mhm.
I wouldn't say bragging.
You seem to
more
know a
like
lot.
Extreme despair.
He did not want to talk to you. He said you fought, and he was anxious about that. I'm gonna go.
Yes, you should.
Coffee.
Stop.
I'm gonna go grab. I'll be back in 5. Back in 5. I leave.
I
Zarm
could
tries to trip
smell
Ral
fear.
on the way out invisibly.
Gathok's like he whispers to Presley really loudly. Which one was the one that Zarm said not to talk to?
The girl.
The man, the one that I told everything
No,
to.
no, the girl.
Oh,
Which
the
one-
girl. Yes, he said
What-
say
what was her
nothing to the
name?
girl because there was
What was her
something he
name?
was like nervous
What was her
about. or
name?
something. I
He
don't
mumbled
remember.
it. I didn't catch it.
I mumbled. I didn't catch it either.
Zarm.
What's your name,
was the
woman?
name?
I'm saying from the doorway.
Kivsiaya.
Nope, not that one. What's the other one?
Dirks.
Yes.
No, Gurks is the man.
Oh.
Gurks is the brother.
What was the name?
That's
Wasn't that one?
racist.
What was it? Was that the name?
Zarm's gonna try and sneak up and stand in front of Gurks invisibly.
Okay.
What was the name?
Make a stealth with advantage. He would have told you it is Kivsia is the
Oh.
female.
Kevsia. Yeah, that one. Were you lovers with Zarm?
We do want to know.
It's really important to our investigation.
I don't.
20.
Personally, it's
Yes, briefly.
Ah, knew it.
Knew
Wait,
it. High
Are
five.
you now lovers with Gurks?
Thankfully, he's not as brief as the other one. Yeah.
I start just full on just like stacking at a fucking concert.
That's mean, lady.
Zarm is gonna throw an unarmed attack at Gurks while invisible.
That's
Okay.
gonna
Did you
end
do
your
your stealth with
invisibility.
advantage?
I did. It was 20.
Well,
Okay.
thank God Zarm's not here. No,
So
it's better.
you do your unarmed strike.
This is awesome. Gathog is totally wasted.
It's
by
an
the way.
11.
11.
But he'll chronal shift. And he will swing again.
Funny.
Wouldn't you have advantage on the roll?
Oh, would I have?
Yeah, you do have
on the roll?
advantage for being invisible.
Okay.
Okay.
Advantage for-
So then with advantage it'd be 14. That's 2
Okay.
rolls.
All right.
Armed brothers and
He's not
a
wearing any
girl.
armor currently, so that'll hit.
Okay, so no shift then. So Zarm has a 0 for his unarmed attack, but we have the D6 of for any time we do an unarmed attack from the lightning
Yeah.
god, we do a D6 of lightning damage.
Yeah.
So, oops.
God, it's a good thing he's not here. Poor little guy. Wait, what is that
That's
over?
going to be 2 points of lightning damage to Gurks' face.
Yeah, and that breaks invisibility, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So, boom! There's just this crack of lightning. A lot, boom, goes through, and as you see, like, goes just kind of and kind of cuffs off black smoke as you see Zarm there, his hand crackling with lightning, electricity all over.
Fuck you, Gurks!
Get him!
Fuck
Get him!
you!
Get him!
Back
Go!
up.
Go!
Hands are out.
Keep going,
Hands are
Zarm!
out.
Keep going! Keep going! Fuck him up! He stole your girl! Fuck him
I
up!
take out a video sending stone and I just start taking video.
Fuck him up! Go, Zarm! I'll hold him down for you.
Kivsiah just kind of like stands there, very unimpressed, like, really? Really?
How'd you get to the castle?
I'd like to say something.
She's such a bitch.
Exactly as I said.
How did you get to the castle? Who sent you there? Where did you get the information to find it?
I stole it.
Where did you steal it from?
I don't really think that you stole it. I don't really think that you're resourceful enough to steal it.
Well, no,
He'll
she
turn
was
back to
resourceful enough
Gathok.
to-
He'll turn back to Gathok with a fierce gaze and say, "Yes, she fucking is."
She stole his
Trust
brother.
me.
Of course she is.
And he'll turn back to her. Where did you fucking steal it from? There are people who are dying. We need to know everything we can about this right fucking now.
Your mentor got quite soft when I brought up your name. Gave us access. Didn't know any better. Especially your brother. Found a little map to something that he had been hiding away.
Oh fuck! She used the brother.
Wait, what did you do with the mentor?
Do you really need to know that? I don't think you do.
Yes.
I'd like to interrupt. I'm gonna say, I am 1,000 years old, standing more than 1,000 years old. I've seen countless stars born and die. I sense your fear, and any information withheld, I will delight in picking off your limbs one by one until nothing remains. And
I'll do
my
it.
save for the zone of truth is 25.
Yeah. Make a intimidation check, please.
Do they roll against it, Matt? Because if so, I'm going to foresee this moment.
That is the suckiest roll ever.
What's the what did you get?
11.
11. No, this is just DC.
Okay.
But you can foresee the moment for Creed's roll if you want.
Would you get Creed?
An 11.
Yeah, I'll do. No, I'll give him a 12 plus whatever his intimidation is.
No, I can do better than that. That was awesome. Creed, I'll give you my DM inspiration. Roll that sucker again.
Well, actually, someone just gave DM inspiration, so
For
you can
real?
go ahead and have it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, before he uses it, it's 12 plus. What's your intimidation?
Creed.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
He was so
Running at the
intimidating.
most important
He
time.
was so
disappeared.
intimidating. He glitched out of reality. Oh,
Creed, you
he's back.
there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Now
Yes.
we can. Yes.
Yep. I didn't hear anything because it cut out.
All right. So you had inspiration on that. So you had advantage if you want, or in general, you can use it if you want.
Or Shauna.
You
gave
know
him a
what?
12 plus your
Leroy
intimidation.
Jenkins. Pulling it up right now. That's not a roll to have a 1 on. A 2 on, okay?
So what's your total?
Wait, but
You
before he
get
uses
me?
the inspiration, if Shauna gave him a 12 on the middle, he looks like he has a +9. He would have a 21.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because I do
Save
have a
that
12.
inspiration. Save that inspiration.
Okay. So it was a lot being said. All right. Cool. So 21. They kind of back down. And your brother's terrified, Zarm, and the other ones are backing down. Kifsia's stance here. She's scared, but it's that fear where she has looked at every exit, doesn't think she can get out, and she's plotting something violent instantly.
I'd like to finish off with the grand finale. I'm going to say, remember, I am always watching you. And then I'm going to use my action to disappear into my ring. And I'll have my familiar that's invisible pick it up.
Okay. So, in short, he's alive, not missing an appendage or two.
That's fucked up.
It's valid.
Litter Zarm isn't the only one who can learn new tricks, let's say.
I wouldn't call that a new trick.
I kind of like him.
Saving you and Gurks. That makes us all even, right? We can all leave this behind us now.
Of course. You're the ones keeping us, after all. Like I said, you want your information, you have it. This little old mage, more power than he knew what to do with, had a map. We got the map, we followed the map. Found a way onto this castle. We began our raid slowly moving through some of the defenses until there was an explosion. At that point, it began to move. And it leaked this... I don't even know what it was. This stuff, energy. It at first was almost like a low-lying fog, then it slowly filled up the entire place. Things began coming alive. Some of us, most of us, began changing. We began putting up barricades. We locked the worst behind them. Those who tried to go forward never returned. And I thought, well, frankly, that we were a day or less away from becoming part of its defense is ourselves.
It assimilates the people it kills into its defenses.
We knew this.
It takes them over.
We knew this.
Once you're in there, you can't... not at first. Eventually, that stuff grew so thick, sleep didn't bring any comfort.
How did you stop the leak?
We just boarded it up as tight as we could. It
Oh.
pushed against the boards. We had to constantly reinforce it, eventually using our body, and allowed our bodies to go slack against it just to keep it from moving.
That's a surprisingly simple solution.
It has weight.
You do, Creed, you do walls really, really well. I think we can do this. I look to the others.
You
What?
still have the treasure map.
From what we could tell, it started leaking out some of the windows up top eventually, too.
Nice.
Along with
What
the walls?
specifically were you looking for?
Oh, things to sell for money or money itself.
What did you
No.
find?
No, that's not what I asked. What specifically were you looking for?
I was specifically looking for things to sell for money or gold.
Can I make an insight check on her?
Sure.
It's
Well, it was Zone of Truth, and
Zone of
how's
Truth.
it work?
The zone of truth, while you can't lie, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to phrase things that in a way that is the truth but isn't the truth. You know, I could say I'm looking for gold. Well, yes, you were looking for something to get gold from. It's not technically a lie, right?
That's true.
You can still meander your way around, you know, something while still being honest or while still saying the truth. I got a 16.
16.
Does it feel like she's holding something back?
Seems pretty straightforward. So her demeanor, even scared and under these effects, you see the confidence of a leader. You recognize this a lot, Gothic. She's in a fight. She's in a battle. And her enemy is you right now because you won't let her leave. So she has that stance of you don't sense anything, but you know that, you know, she's put on her game face, essentially.
Do you still have that treasure map of where you found it?
No.
Where did it go?
Imagine it's there.
You just dropped it?
I used it to plug holes we were trying to survive.
Fucking. Sorry, coffee's here?
Did you find anything?
We had a few days. It was... Before we arrived, there were defenses. Before the strike. Before everything else. So we moved through it slow. But yes. Books. that were left when we fled. Some type of forage area. And of course, the ground floor, which is the major problem, had all sorts of things. But yeah, found things and
Did any of it
trinkets.
make it out with you?
I mean, look at them. I think we stripped them of everything they have.
I wouldn't put it past the thief.
Nothing that is going to help you.
She's pretty small. dude.
All right, that's fine. I would like to see what you brought out. And I'm asking for now.
I'm not. I get real close.
She holds up her finger, and there is a metal ring that has a soft pink glow.
Shauna,
Zarm will cast momentary stasis, or try and use his momentary stasis on her.
Fuck it up.
lock it up.
You allow this energy to this holding field begins to move out of her, and she begins to. There's a moment where she's attempting to resist, and you think you have her, and then there's this fight that she gets in her eyes. She shakes for a second and sweats, and this kind of your magic crumbles around her. I thought we were asking.
I said I was. I don't speak for anybody but myself and my.
Still can't
dragon.
hold together in a crew, can you, Zarm?
No, Zarm. What Zarm did is fine. Have you been forthcoming with all things? No. Have you given us more than enough reason to use force? Yes.
What
Have we
haven't I been
kind?
forthcoming about?
While you do not lie, you talk around the truth, and that's not what we're doing here.
Exactly.
You were saved.
What haven't you heard?
You were saved. You were taken care of way better than you deserve. And personally, I think that you're just the biggest bitch there ever was. You're gonna sit the fuck down, and you're gonna hand over the ring, and I may or may not give it back. And your buddy over there is also gonna sit the fuck down. You're gonna answer our questions straightforward, because I'm not being nice anymore. And I'm also really drunk, and I can and I will smash your face in. With pleasure. So sit down and put the ring in my hand now.
Make intimidation check.
Can I give him advantage if I use where is it? A telekinetic movement, I believe it is, against a strength saving throw. A telekinetic thrust. Basically, a DC 16 strength saving throw, just to kind of make her kind of like go prone with it. But like instead of thrusting her outwards or towards me, I would just down. Because she feels that weight as he's doing this, even if she saves. It's like, so yeah.
Sure. So what's your thing here?
My DCC is 16.
Okay. She's going to save against that.
She feels a hefty weight, and resists it somehow strongly as a tiny goblin, but still has Gathic over her.
I rolled a 19 minus 2. 17.
We gotta get you more charisma, buddy.
It's fine. Catlock typically doesn't intimidate people. He's just really upset for Zarm. Catlock's like, you fucked with my boy. You're gonna die.
She looks and takes off the ring and throws it at you.
Okay, Catlock will snatch it. Shauna, what does this do?
Shauna will walk over, grab the ring, and then go sit down in a corner for 10 minutes.
Although, Kifsia, I may not, or may not used to have done so well in a group, I've done a little bit better for myself now. I'm not just part of a group, but I'm part of a kingdom.
All I know is a bunch of people who suspect people who have nothing but told them the truth. So,
Hey,
That's
Well then,
criminal
After you-
criminal, like, come on.
I'll kind of start gesturing to everybody to move aside.
then as agreed, you may leave.
Wait, what?
all right. This is before Shauna finishes the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh,
They begin walking away.
Can I get in front of them and just be like, hey, but first, can we just have you do a quick review of the services we've done today? It's just like a quick 50-point questionnaire.
Ross, just let them go. If they think that they can get past the dragons that are currently hunting anything and everything outside of our keep right now, fine. Let them. If they think that they can get over the ocean, go for it.
Do you let
Am
them
I
go?
still within the zone of truth?
It's 60 feet.
So I'd say at this point they've gone out, right? So they're outside. You're trying to get ahead of them is really hard unless you're going to attack them.
Okay, no, so I'm outside of it. Then I'd just be like, oh, yes, the wyverns. There's about...
They're walking. They don't
15
care.
to
Like
20.
they're walking towards the exit of the keep.
Matt, I'd like to subtle cast suggestion at her. And I just want to say, but wouldn't it make sense to have a nice meal and pack a bag and get a good night's sleep and start a journey in the morning?
Gotcha.
It's a 16 save.
Okay. And what save is that? What?
Wisdom.
shall I- Wisdom. Okay. Just kind of stops.
I mean, we've all been talking like we're enemies, but it sounds like, if anything, there's old friends here. Maybe left on the wrong foot, but that doesn't mean you can't get back on the right one. Come on, I know a fine brew that I can share, and
where we're going to be staying?
Fuck, you're so smooth
well,
in real life.
if this isn't the right spot, we can find you better quarters. Our intention was never to hold you prisoner; it's just to
Fine.
keep you safe.
Show us to our quarters then.
All right, come on, Zarm. Let's treat the girl right. Let her have a good memory of you before she walks out. It makes the biggest mistake of her life all over again.
Zarm is going to silently walk the other direction, directly to his room in the keep, wherever that may be.
Yeah, and I like just to get him set up in a nicer room. Tell him that we'll get some nice dinner put together. We'll even pack them a bag of food so that when they leave with something on their back to eat for later.
I will be hiding somewhere in their room that night while they sleep.
Just trying to buy
Okay.
us some positive time.
Okay. As they go away, Shauna, at about 9 minutes and 45 seconds, the ring disappears.
Oh. Is Gothic still by me?
Oh,
Godlike
no?
is still there. He wants to know what's going on.
And I look to Gothic and I go, the ring is not here now.
What? What do you mean not here?
I'm guessing one of those people, maybe her, probably has an attunement to it and able to get it back somehow. I do not know though.
Oh,
But it is not here.
I want it back.
If I make her unconscious, will that make it better for you? I'm just standing like slightly behind you to the right.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so they want to be shown to their rooms. Where do you show them, Righteous?
Well, I honestly I don't know where the rooms are, guys. I've never been here.
You've been
overnight.
here enough to where,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So I'm
told
gonna
yes.
get it's set up. I'm gonna give them separate rooms because I'm a cleric, and we're gonna have separate rooms. I mean, hers is a little bit nicer than his. It's a nice bedding. I'm gonna have some nice food. Bring in. I'll use a spell to present her with a really nice bottle of Waltzing Matilda, which is I've decided my new signature drink, and just to share that with for her to sip on for the next little bit.
Okay.
And the whole
I'd
time
say-
I'm just really trying to be warm and friendly and help them feel like they're at home.
And
Yeah.
as I said in chat, I'm going to follow stealthily because Gathop told me yes to would making her unconscious help you. So intern on it.
Okay, so you get in there. What's your stealth check?
Has a 28.
Okay.
I'm in the shadows on the fucking ceiling.
And then well, I've got her here alone. To calm it down, Zarm. Okay, calm it down. No need to get jealous. I'm just gonna kind of pry her for some information. Just what's the story? What in the world happened that would make Zarms and you so immediately hateful of each other? And just kind of
Imprisonment would be a starter.
well, imprisonment was this time, but there feels like there's something deeper here.
He left and abandoned us, his blood, and that's pretty much it. I have nothing against. He rescued us after all, but once you begin to say I can't leave a place and you're using magic to control me, things get dicey.
I completely agree. They were way over the line to control your mind like that with magic. Wildly inappropriate. How long ago was it that he left? Years, I would imagine.
Uh-huh. The point is, I have no ill will towards the man. I have no will towards the man. He doesn't matter.
I think that's a lie. I'll tell you why. Zarm, he was not happy to see you. In fact, he was a little defensive. Told us to talk to his brother. Oh, he talked all sorts of stuff about his brother. But he told us to leave you alone. Gypsia, I don't think you feel nothing. You might feel hate, that's cool. But I don't think you feel nothing. This master, this was Zarm's master. A wizard?
She's looking at you and she vanishes.
Oh shit, I knew I was bad with girls, but not this bad.
Do I get anything from my stealth position?
You see her vanish.
Fuck. Can I immediately strike out at that point that I last saw her at? Gathic said he wanted her unconscious. She's doing funky shit. She's gonna go unconscious quicker now. I was gonna wait till she was asleep. Now she doesn't get the nice way. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me just look.
Fuck. I had a whole plan. I was like, it's gonna be great. It'll be nice and automatic because she'll be asleep. I'll just action surge. It'll be pretty and nice and clean. No marks will be left because it's psychic. It'll be perfect. And this bitch had to
I would say when she vanished, you felt your mind decide not to see her. And Rostas, you realize that her training and your training are almost identical.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Do I have anything that works against myself? So give me 1 second to just really quickly. Sonic strike, telekinetic movement.
I would say, as you figure that out, let's
yes.
take our break and come back
Fuck.
in 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and be back here at 11. Let's do 11:10. Make it nice and simple.
Yeah, make it nice and simple. Love it.
I might.
EST.
I'm gonna have to get rough. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. After.
Fuck them up.
All right. All right, everybody back?
Ral's backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, my laptop died.
Oh, God. All right. So, all right. So we're up to date with DM Inspiration. Got 2 from B so far this session. All right.
Thanks.
So I'd say one thing here as you got the feeling, I'm going to say you got the feeling she wasn't necessarily trying to run away as she was ending a conversation. Righteous.
Okay.
I guess
Well, that makes sense.
She was in the mode of.
I was prying.
Yeah. So, because you know your suggestion spell was active on her,
Okay.
like she stay in the night, but at the same point she was kind of, it was kind of her Irish goodbye, so to speak. Just kind of.
Okay.
Again,
Well then. Yeah, go ahead, Ral. Sorry, bud.
Oh no, I would immediately strike out. That's all.
All right, roll with disadvantage.
Wait, so would I have advantage from stealth? So would it cancel out to neutral? If we're both suddenly stealth? She doesn't know where I am, but I don't know where she is. So it's like both being in darkness without.
Let's do a straight roll.
Yeah. I'm learning every week. I'm in 4 different games. 17 for the first one.
17.
And if they're next to somebody, I get sneak attack. Just let you know. If I'm next to
I'll say with this, you're able to figure out where she is, but she's not next to anybody. So you hit,
Okay.
and 17 hits.
Great. We're just gonna pop that off. Oh, that's a max damage. That's gonna be 11. We're gonna pop off into the same zone. Still straight roll. Now that I know where she is, or now that,
Yeah, because you still can't see her.
Okay.
I'd say now you're disadvantaged because you attacked and are visible.
But she didn't lose her con save from. Oh, it's
She doesn't have to maintain one.
God fucking damn it! All right, shit, at disadvantage. Fuck. All right, she took 11 from that first one. I'll fucking get you, bitch. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Fucking 13. She's unarmored.
Hits air.
Shit. All right, I still get a bonus attack. Yeah. Oh, I should have used cunning. That steady aim. That's on me.
You could have moved. You had to move in with her.
Actually, I guess in that case, since I know generally where she was, can I bonus action psi-powered leap? I can do that once per short rest / whenever I spend a die. I'm just going to use the once per short rest version. That's just going to let me fly essentially for 70 feet, twice my movement. So what that's going to look like is suddenly there's just a lot of webs everywhere, and you watch me kind of like the Grudge crawling along them, kind of like crawling like in between them, just kind of moving towards where I last saw her. And then, so that's action, bonus action. And then I guess I'll kind of like move to a position, I guess. What is the topography? Are we in a one-way hall? Is Righteous on one side covering one
You're
end?
like in a large. You all made like this large eating area. That's kind of where you're sitting now.
A large eating area. Okay. Do I see exits?
There's several. There's windows.
Several. That a goblin could ostensibly reach without gear or anything.
I would say I believe you know that teleportation's well within their abilities.
I say bitch, and
I just run.
This is all
I
within
guess-
his turn, right?
Yep. This is
Yeah.
also. I'm
So-
just gonna like full on.
If you hit her, you know where she is.
Well, that's the thing. The second one. So I guess if I psi-powered move to where
But you still
I-
can't see, right? So
Right.
you hit
No,
her.
I still
So
can't.
you're aware where she is right now. You don't know where she's going to be at her turn. But if you're trying to cut off a possible thing of movement, you've got somebody like you who can go all types of places.
I say, I got that bitch right here. I'm just gonna like, just like block like a basketball, like, just like all over, trying to cover all,
All
my angles.
over.
Just covering all
It's a large
angles.
room,
Just
buddy.
like she's right
all
fucking
all
right here.
angles. Okay.
And I guess that's my thing. That's me.
Okay.
Well, there goes the suggestion spell. That's going to be gone now.
Yeah, that is gone. She officially no longer wants to stay.
A bitch was running.
From a conversation route. People skills. People skills.
People what? People kill. Yeah, I know people kill each other.
At this point, the other two kind of look at each other. See if you manifested as you were striking out.
Hey, boys.
They're going to do their own psi-powered leaps.
You sons of bitches. I look at them and I say, hey, wait a minute. We have more to talk about than I thought. Wait, come back. Why did Sam never mention this?
And they're making their way toward. You see them jump towards windows and go out.
I'm just struck there because I'm like, that's my thing.
Yeah, and they can't go invisible like she can because she has a little bit different abilities than them. But in one movement, so you see, whoom, whoom, and then just this force just kind of leap out a window.
Righteous. I still have. Nope, I don't have. No, do I have? No, that's if someone takes damage. Nope, I have nothing.
Now, the way this window is positioned on the external of the keep, so they are out of the keep. There's a wall around the keep that they still have to figure out their way through.
They can just spend another die.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all right now.
They can basically get out of here. What are you doing?
If it's me still, I'm gonna
This
use
is
my...
basically you and Righteous, because nobody else was in here aware of what was happening.
I'll spend another fucking... If we're just fucking going for it, I'll do a psionic leap again. I'll go after him. And I'll just be like, Righteous!
I guess I'd run to the window to watch these goblins flying away using incredible psionic leap powers that I've never seen before in my entire life. This is incredible. They're like grasshoppers.
If they're...
Yeah, so I'd say with what they're doing, they're over the wall.
Already? I mean...
Because they're able to dash.
I can bonus action dash too. I can, like, let's do this. I can psionic leap as a bonus action.
I just want to
can
be clear.
action-
Rochester kind of knows the training required. Are you chasing them outside of the keep wall on your own?
I'm looking at them. I'm like, you were fucking... Wait, do I have any past... Wait, do I have any, like, keywords or anything I can yell out that, like, if we were on the same... We had similar... Let me just run through this really quick.
They're over the wall, so it's up to you.
Can I guess, I'll jump up to the top of the wall and say, I'm a friend of the Myriad, I guess.
Okay.
To the two that I can see, I can still...
Yeah.
Me.
They seem to keep running and don't really pay any attention to that.
Do I hear it?
Oh, yeah, he's yelling that
He's yelling it?
I'm a friend of the Myriad, come on! Nope. All right, that didn't work. I look back at Raj. I just look at him and I say, I was going to talk to you about drugs anyway. It was going to...
Let it go, Ral.
Huh. Are the Zoms hiding some more from us? Or they were on a similar track that I was?
That was rough. That would have gone very differently had you not attacked.
Yeah.
I thought they were just running.
It's all good.
You just said she went invisible.
She did. All right, so then I think everyone can gather together because I kind of want to make sure that this can move along since it seems,
Sure.
unless you want to hunt these people down.
I walk back in with like hot coffees and sandwiches for everybody to try and like lessen the blow. I'm just like, hey guys, hey. How I'm placing them in front of everybody before the news is broken. I even hand a coffee and sandwich, pulled pork to Righteous. And I'm just like,
Thanks, Ralph.
so there was a complication. One of them decided to go invisible, at which point they were engaged by our party, and upon the engagement, the others fled with incredibly similar training to my own, at which I'm debating divulging certain things, but incredibly similar training to my own. And,
Did you really just shed blood in my cape that I newly created?
I needed to christen it at some point.
You know, now that I think of it, interns aren't paid. And you did say that you are the #1 intern, right?
I look at him and I'm squinting and I'm like, I'm through clenched teeth. I am the #1 intern. I'm not just saying it.
Hey, Zarn.
Who authorized this strike?
They were fleeing.
Righteous, your opinion on this situation?
We all make mistakes, just like Ral's mother made one. So it's fine.
Sistier, a literal orphan, just stares into the ground and he's just like,
That was a vicious mockery attack. No, not
he's
really.
just looking at the ground.
Zarm, how you doing, man?
Creed leaves to go cast prestidigitation on the blood.
I'm ready to go find whatever's going on with this castle and take care of it, I guess.
Hey Zarm, real quick, those thieves that you said you worked with, I'm gonna need to know a little bit more about them.
I worked with them when we were kids. I don't know anything about what they can do now.
I met them when I was a kid too. I think we're gonna need to talk a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Powwow later.
So it sounds like whatever's going on in the castle's big, and it sounds like there's stuff in the castle worth going in.
Yeah.
Why didn't they tell me if they were involved?
But they didn't give us much more than what we already knew. I'm not sure if they had more to say. Hey, Ralph.
You know, they did try to physically plug whatever was going on in there. That's something at least.
That's true.
We had like a pigeon coop to like send letters and stuff. Yes. We had like
Raven Coop.
a rookery. Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Yeah, so rookery.
We have a rookery. I've already started walking out towards the rookery.
It allows you to cast an animal messenger. And that,
No, I can just ask them to fly where I need them to. We're pretty cool.
We did find out it started leaking the moment it started moving.
That's a good point.
That was
Maybe if we
fault.
maybe if we put it back,
good to
it would stop leaking.
That's true.
I think
And
it's
plus, it's an when we put it back, it's an
Yeah.
isocross.
What I'll say is, you had very good roads on this interrogation. So the information I want to close up some holes for you. You, Pete, I'm assuming you would have asked the timelines. We're being very dramatic. You piece together that what they're saying is the movement coincides to about the time Shauna removed it from its place originally.
So this goes way back.
They were there for a long time then. Well.
Was possibly making more sense as to their attitude and some other things.
Oh yeah, totally. Well. They did mention where they got the map.
Yeah, from someone you know.
Yeah. The wizard who trained me.
How does he know about it?
I have no idea.
Who is the wizard who trained you? I yell from down the hall.
A dynasty wizard.
Cool, thanks.
Was it ever? Is it something that I would have overheard, or anything mentioned, or anything I picked up?
Make a history check.
19.
So with a 19, you were allowed in because he took an interest in you. And you were aware even then, you made enough sense that he was very connected. Privy, high ranking, though he never talked about it much to you. So the idea that he would have access to extremely powerful or archaic type of things or information is entirely out of the question. He kept a lot of from you, and you heard him talking about a lot of things, a lot of powerful artifacts, powerful places that he even said he wanted to keep secret from the Bright Queen or from others, in hushed conversations as you were studying in his office. But this, you're not exactly sure what you'd be hearing for. You don't even recall a floating castle being mentioned, but
specifically. I mean, it may be a conversation to have to get more information, but I don't think that conversation is going to go any better than the one we just had. Probably worse. I've defected since then.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him since then at all. Shauna, do you have the ability to cast sending?
Yes.
So we could at least ask a small question, although you'd have to have a reason to answer.
Presley.
And sending to who, Zarm?
To my old mentor, the wizard who trained me.
Don't think I could do it like that.
No?
Because you have to meet them, right, Matt?
yeah, you have to know, personal
Yep.
knowledge.
Well, Presley, what were you saying?
I was gonna also say I also have sending too.
Okay.
We were talking about being able to teach spells, Matt, earlier. If we have the time and money for the wizard out of the wizard spell books, could Shauna teach me that?
Yeah. So I would say you'd be able to spend the hours and copy from the spell book.
Okay. I took a ton of paper still from the downtime, so okay.
While they do that, can I just write a quick letter to the Myriad just asking, hey, Sister here, just reaching out. Noticed there were some people we ran into with incredibly similar training to me. I engaged them. Just need to know if that's a yes or a no.
Okay.
Really,
who are you sending this to?
That would be to. Where am I? It would be to the main man who trained me. It would have been my mentor.
Okay.
He would have been my point of contact essentially, because he, as I'm assuming, I had moved up in New York. I'm assuming he had also moved up.
So, so you send this letter out by your rookery.
Yes.
We'll see when it arrives.
And I just tell the pigeon, like, fly fast, bitch. I speak pigeon.
And then, so we find out a little bit more about the castle, and we try to get to it. I mean, is that the plan?
Yeah.
Shauna, you've burned your contact. Literally. So how?
How do we get there?
Yeah, how do we get there?
If we send it to Isocross, we can meet it out in the ocean.
I was exactly thinking the same thing, but I was thinking Gothic Creed. So this is a question for both of you.
I'm here.
Gothic,
You muted, Gothic?
you are muted. But I'll at least ask Creed for now. How do you feel about returning to where we found the book? Where this all started?
I'm here. Muted.
I'd rather deal with the constant problems that the party is creating for my keep, but I suppose that paths will have to sort that out as we deal with yet another catastrophe.
Okay, then.
My only thoughts are because we haven't. When we found the book, we were kind of pushed out of that place. We never really got to investigate it fully, right, Matt?
Right.
Yeah. So my hope is to return there and maybe learn more about this. This is.
It was
an
being
Aoran
used as a
artifact.
power source
Yep.
when you found it.
I'll say to Shauna telepathically, maybe we could find the control rod and use that army of constructs that are stored away to protect our keep from outside threats and foolish threats that happen to be within the walls of the keep.
Creed, you know me so well. Which brings me to the next point. Presley, do you have legend lore prepared?
Oh, he's not. He's to the computer, right?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I do not have it prepared right now.
I was gonna say if we could cast legend lore and hopefully learn more about the rod.
The rod?
You guys, this was before you guys. When we found the book, it seemed to be powering a group of army robots.
Whoa.
And so we weren't able to activate them because we didn't have the second component, which is a rod or a staff.
Wow.
This is facts.
Man, I really should have asked more questions when you gave this to me.
I'm surprised you just took it so willingly. Yeah, here's this really powerful book.
Don't ask questions.
I have a feeling we could find that rod easily in that castle.
Maybe in that
There's a
castle.
reason why they're connected.
That's why
He
I
said-
was having that castle sent back to Islecross.
So is that the plan now, to send the castle up that way and then go head up there to investigate what was going on with the original place?
It might take us time, but we could easily get there, I think, quicker than trying to travel through the Empire.
And we'll be running more from the Empire.
Plus,
Yeah.
Creed, that might secure us a way to protect our keep.
Yes, because if they're after us, we won't be at the keep.
I don't think we heard you, Creed. We can't hear your mic.
What about now?
Yep.
Yes.
I was gonna say the castle in the sky could be used as an additional garrison, perhaps even an aviary for our little ones.
If we can manage to control whatever the fuck is leaking out of it.
Right. Because right now,
yeah, let's send it back to Islecross. We'll meet it there on the way, and we'll deal with it. I think that it should definitely be our next priority.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
much-
Thank you all, by the way, for having my back there with all of that.
I thought it went really well. You handled yourself really well, Zarm.
Yeah, you punched that guy real well.
No, it
If
really
you gave me
seemed
the
like you
word,
got some closure.
I would have killed them for you.
I know you would have, Gathok. Thank you, but let's hope it won't come to that.
Okay.
All right, Shauna, should we go?
Yeah,
Can you teach me how to do this? What's that? What's that, Creed?
I said yet another security risk.
Yeah, another one. Exactly. Another one on me. Sorry, guys, I'm a little distracted right now. Shauna, should we go do the sending, and
Are you
you
Just-
can show me how to do
Because
that.
of
and
your
then I'll
brother
see if I
thing?
can- Huh? What? No. Let's go.
Okay.
What?
Follow me to the lecture hall.
I just shrug.
I'd like to pull Ral aside and explain what a soft skill is, and the idea of like being nice and using words instead of fists to solve problems. Just the general idea of it.
He looks at you with the face of an orphan who was turned into an animal for an extended period of his time and was then immediately adopted into an organization with no social skills and says, "Yeah, of course. I completely get it."
Yeah, you're not following. It's okay. We'll keep working on it. This is a goal.
I'm not following you anywhere. We're standing right here.
Yeah, okay.
He walks away.
All right. So how much time will it take to get that spell from Shauna?
I believe it's 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours, and it'll be 150 of. I'll remove that out of my paper fund.
Okay. So I think between all of this and a lot, I think you're probably getting this pretty close to dusk and dinner and eating the rations. I mean, it's food. During this time, Gothic, you are approached by the Secret Service person who said they'd meet you at the keep and said that they were going to be there immediately.
Okay.
The assistant, and you're drunk and says, "So, exactly what have you done?"
That's a really good question. What did you want us to do?
Ideally, not start a war.
Okay. Wait. How about I preface with this? We didn't destroy one city on purpose, but also another city was definitely destroyed. But it wasn't our fault. It's the dash. We don't know what happened, but something about a necromancer and everybody being dead.
Noted.
Yes.
So,
we also.
I would say it's not saying it, but you get the feeling that they probably knew that.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we're removing the keep from. Yeah. I don't know. I think it would be bad to leave it there.
Let me
the
say
Empire
this.
is known.
We have ears.
Okay.
And we were hearing what noise is good. Noise means that nothing bad is happening. Means that people understand there's spies, there's secret things, and we all need to know that we're all safe. Everything has gone silent. And everything was okay until a little bit after you all arrived here. Then things went silent. I want to know what has happened. What did you do?
I mean, we didn't do anything that wouldn't have happened already.
That's not what I asked.
Well, I told you we're moving it away from the Empire.
Why has it gone silent, Gathak?
Oh, because you know how Zarm betrayed them?
The dynasty didn't betray them, simply shifted his citizenship.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
we
someone
cleared
else
legally.
Someone else also may or may not be trying to shift their citizenship too now. That's also in our group.
Whom and from what? And does the citizenship include a membership?
Yes. And yes. I'm pretty sure that the answers are yes.
Details, Gathak.
You see, I'm super drunk. Which is super not helpful.
Who do I need to talk to, Gathak?
You know, it's Shauna. Go talk to Shauna. Sorry, Shauna.
With like a steady walk, but vast amount of speed.
Wait.
And you actually, you there's a point to where they kind of walk in your shadow, and you see them instantly in the shadow of the keep and going through a door.
Okay. Wait, you should. Do you want to know about the wyverns?
They're maneuvering, and Shauna, how hard are you to find?
I'm in the lecture hall teaching Zorm, so
Okay, so as you're copying this, there's not even a bus. There's like the doors open, and you look, and already about 10 feet from you is the assistant to the secret.
what the fuck?
Okay, the Gothic says you did something. What did you do?
I didn't say that exactly.
You're not there.
I thought I was following along.
Really quick.
how much do you actually know about
What
what's
did
going
you
on?
do?
I turned my back on the assembly.
Silence. Shauna, you are not an assembly member. What are you?
I'm a Volstrucker.
You see, you almost didn't notice them pulling out the dagger, but it's now spinning in their hand.
Guys, he never pulled it out. He was born with that dagger in his hand.
Any chance I can walk in right now with coffee and bagels?
You see an absolute. Well, I would say, Shauna, you recognize the gaze of an assassin that's staring at you right now.
And I look at him and I go, "Do you really want to do that?"
Shauna, give me something so I don't have to.
What would you like? What do you want? Why are you here?
If you die, this goes away.
She won't die if that's what you do.
Just staring right at you. This look of desperately wanting you to say something that will change their course of action right now.
Has Gathok caught up yet?
Yeah, this is not yet. Because by the point where you caught up, she would have acted already. I'm kind of giving Josh, the player, some time to think, but this is all boom, boom, boom. Because if Shauna's actually pausing, stuff's going to happen.
I am going to cast a spell.
What do you cast?
Modify memory. And I've foreseen his roll, and he gets a 1.
Oh.
And I erase everything Gothic told him for the last 10 minutes.
That's probably the best.
Okay.
Fuck!
I have a question. Why am I here?
Huh? Yeah, you were looking for the kitchen.
I'll look for that later. Listen. Moments after all of you came here, all of our intelligence went silent. It means all of our networks, all of our spies within these networks went. That means someone's involved in something. What happened? What did you do?
There were goblin spies here at the keep who infiltrated their way in, and they were released, or they escaped. I would imagine it is probably them that is causing the havoc between the spy networks.
You mean your brother and your former lover that you let into this nation?
Damn, this guy's informed.
Zarm takes 1d4 psychic damage.
This is great.
Assistant to the secret, sir. I don't know how many times.
Yeah, them.
All right, let's cast Modify Memory again.
Make a deception check, Zarm.
This is so going well for us.
17.
17. It can't be them. That makes no sense. Unless you have more information about who exactly they were. Why would... Makes no sense. And you said at this point they're just honestly like tapping their dagger. They're like, what I have... But now they're tapping it nervously.
Shauna pulls out 2 letters that she has, one to the Empire, one to the Dynasty, and that she got from when they rescued Presley. And she hands it to them and goes, "We found this on the goblins."
Make a deception check.
"18."
I have supported the efforts of this group politically for the last year, and I don't know why you just chose to lie to me.
Still on my way with coffee and biscuits.
I would say right around you all could be walking in, and they just kind of...
Coffee and biscuits? Oh, a friend!
But fine. Unless you wish to tell me something. I will give my report.
I try to walk up and hand them some food and a coffee.
Is there anything anybody needs to tell me?
Who's
I
this?
want you to keep in mind, which doesn't even care who you are. I want you to keep in mind that you are not official as of right now. You are still in the process. And should support be removed, you would be squatters unless you abandon this place that you've worked so hard. So, I need to know.
Wait, are you threatening us?
I am telling you that silence like what is happening is a declaration of war. And I wouldn't be surprised if something doesn't come in the next few hours. And I am receiving no help from the people who I've trusted.
It's obviously time for the most charismatic character to step in. Hi there!
I would say, Rachel, you definitely are around. There's been some yelling and things are going, but go ahead.
Okay.
Rochester,
No, it's okay.
keep talking, Rochester.
Hey. I think we need to bring it down a few levels. Seems like everybody's a little bit worked up right now. I think we should all grab a break, grab a coffee. We can talk about this some more. Who are you? Why are you here? I'd love to know that. Otherwise, I can string you up by your throat. You know, it's really up to you.
As you're talking right now, you see they've been jeweled before. You haven't taken a lot of notice, but you see they have little studs all throughout their ears. And you see one just burst. And a little blood comes down.
Oh no!
They kind of...
Was that good?
No.
And they feel 2 more burst on their left ear.
Oh! My god, are you okay? We have medkits.
3 of our Rexensham agents have just died.
That sounds like a them problem. We're kind of right here, right now.
Ral,
do you need
She
help?
turns away and starts busting out of this room. Is anyone going to do anything?
Who is this?
I'd like to follow. I mean, if there's a problem, right? We've caused a problem.
Yeah, so she's trying to make a beeline directly for the teleportation circle. If someone wants to say it, she's... You could tell, like none of the people
Shauna
she
says
knows
2
has been
names.
talking to her, except... Okay, go ahead.
Shauna says Lucre and Aslan. to see if she stopped. They
As
stopped.
Asriel?
Yeah, Azrael.
She does.
Just to see.
She turns. Something want to tell me why you know those names, Shauna?
I'm as inquisitive as you. Do you not know what I talent in?
Make it a
Talented
deception
foresight.
check.
24.
You would have set the DC. She got a 24. She looks around. Is everyone in here now?
Yeah.
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 Nope.
Where's Creed at?
In his
Away
ring,
from
probably.
all of this.
She goes, okay. I have been lied to twice. I understand secrets more than anybody else that I know. But I am not getting the sense that anyone in this room is taking the death of three of my friends seriously,
I think we're friends.
or that you care anything about what's happening.
What's
So,
happening?
are you a
That-
bunch of adventurers who just got what they wanted and are done with Uthadurn? Or are you part of this God's country?
I throw down my food and drink and say, "Somebody tell me what the fuck is happening."
Gathok is going to walk right up to them, and he's very quiet. And this is this a dwarf or an elf?
This appears to be an elf.
Okay. Gathok's still going to have to do this. Gathok will bend over so that way he can look them in the eyes.
They
right?
don't flinch at all. They meet your
And
gaze.
Gathok's just going to say, "What of my actions tells you that I have not sacrificed everything for this country on multiple occasions? I am sorry that your friends are dead. Would you like to know how many of mine no longer stand next to me? Would you like to know how many of my kin I no longer see? Would you like to know the sacrifices that I have made as an individual for not just you, not just your country, but the people? You know how many hardships we've gone through in less than a month for this? Do you know what we're trying to do right now? Prevent a war much? I understand that you have people that you answer to, but guess what? I have to answer to fucking you, and you're fucking annoying. So sit down and shut up. Explain what's going on, and maybe we can fucking help you. But I'm done if this is how you treat people, and don't you dare threaten me or my friends. Because guess what? We may be few, but you need us."
This looks at you. She sits on a table and sit. Looks at everyone in the room.
Gathok will go sit down.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
I stand. Nobody's answered me.
This is what I know. Oh, you stand? She looks to Gothic and looks back at you, and then looks at Gothic.
Fuck down.
I look at him, I point, and I say, "Explain to me what the fuck is going on for the fifth fucking time."
That's what we're doing, but sit down.
I sit on the wall.
As you know, a castle from the sky leaking some type of toxic miasma came from our area over to Earthadern. Sorry, over to Mount Mentiri. You confirmed that you had something to do with it. I came here to get more information. I observed all of you arrive and immediately go to a place I know you've protected against all types of infiltration magic. Shortly after this, all of our intelligence went dark. So, Gothak, I do apologize to you. You were right. So, she gets up and she has this badge. She takes it off. She takes out a lead box, puts it in, puts the lead box in her pocket. Let us talk like people who won a war together. I need to know what's happening. Please
So
don't
I'm sure
lie
the
to me
book-
again.
Okay. All right.
I'll pull out the book.
Yeah. Pull out the book. Let's do this.
The castle. We found a way to control its movements and are in the process of moving it to a place where it will not be so harmful. It was moved where it was without the full knowledge of the damage it was doing.
When did you begin moving it again? Have you started yet?
Yeah,
Yes.
this morning.
It sounds like probably the same time your network went dark.
All right. So she's when. If you're being honest with her, she's going to piece together here and go, that would have been some hours after.
So your network went dark beforehand?
Okay.
The network went dark, I'm guessing, when Shauna burnt her book, right?
That, Shauna, you know that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
Oh no.
With the rest of
If
us,
we're gonna
know?
lay everything on the table, I used to work as a Volstrucker for Trent Ickathon. I was raised, you know what they've done to the people that come from there. Shauna will unwrap her arms and show the scars.
Oh my god.
I was trained and sent to kill my whole family and my tribe. I've now turned my back on them. I've seen the error in my past, and I hope to rewrite a new one with Uthadern. I was contacted by them, and they told me to send it to the Sanctum in the Bergessan Sanctum, and instead we're going to send it to Isocross, and we're going to go figure it out ourselves. That is everything.
The safety of Uthadern was always our utmost priority. We didn't want to bring a war to the place we all loved.
So may I assume when you say used to, you're talking about a matter of hours?
Yes.
I don't think that's quite true, Shauna.
I haven't been
Oh.
face to face with Trent in a very long time. Ever since I've joined this group, actually. I've had very little contact with him, but in the end, I could have given them the frozen woe, but I instead gave it to a local you should know named Jonan to help figure a cure out with it, maybe to help something do good with it. So everything I could have turned to help the Empire, instead I've helped Uthadern.
Wait, did you say vampire?
Yes. The word vampire came up.
What's this about a vampire?
Shauna left the Volstruckers informally a long time ago. She's been doing nothing but help Uthadorn. All she's done now is draw that line in the sand. A line that she crossed
All
long
that
ago.
she did, huh? I see. Okay, well. Shauna, make a persuasion check. I do believe there is a DM inspiration floating around.
There is.
Yeah.
We've got some shifts too if you need.
Burn it off.
Big rolls.
So the persuasion with advantage then?
If
Yeah,
you're
you
using
can
the
have my
last one, yeah.
inspiration.
Okay, so advantage. That's an 8.
Shift.
Oh my god.
Let's try a different argument. We know the memory's already affected. Let's
We
go
are-
back.
Yeah, that's a 7.
We are just in a
Can I go
whole
both my
different
shifts, or
league.
is
No.
it two?
That was your second
Oh.
one, right?
Do I roll advantage when he shifts it, or just one?
No, you just re-roll it.
Yeah, it would just you wouldn't get advantage on the second roll. No.
Okay, so yeah, it was a 7 then.
Okay.
This is going well.
It's not. It's fantastic.
So 7 total.
Yep. I have a +1 persuasion.
Rowling's in again. Vampire?
Not now.
Stands up. Shakes her head. I don't blame any of you for this. And we obviously... Gothic, we both lost a lot. In the raid in those months. I need to get back now and see that we are prepared in case there's an invasion. Or an assassination or whatever just got unlocked.
Do you want me to keep an eye on the job boards?
Shauna,
Yes.
Yes.
I can't imagine them allowing you to live through the night.
I already know I have a death sentence over my head.
I'd be ready.
I will be.
Okay. For what it's worth. I hope I hear from you tomorrow morning.
So can I, at some point tonight, I would like to go around and look for job postings and such relating to this, and if possible, I would like to.
You're at a
Be the
keep
one.
away from everything.
Yeah, where
Like
gonna
you're
go?
not out
You
of
gonna go check
town.
the
Like
walls?
this
Is this a one-way teleportation circle? Like it only goes back to where we were?
We're in the butt
Um,
fucking nowhere.
I could send you somewhere, but I can't. Actually, I can't even do it. So no.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's see.
Presley's gonna be sticking around Shauna after hearing that. Like, Shauna's not gonna make it to the night. And before going off to bed, cast Death Ward.
Yeah. She
That'll
goes
funnel.
back. She as she's leaving, you see Jonan come in.
Oh, Gathok is also just going to say,
What?
don't worry about the white wyverns. They're in training.
No, they're only eating animals right now. I specifically told them not to eat people, and they were cool with it.
Right. No, it's just that's the last thing they care about right now. And they you see Jonan.
How the fuck do people keep getting in here?
You have
We
a
like-
teleportation circle.
We
haven't locked it down very long.
we need to put some security. Who's running security? I go off to find who's doing security.
And you piece together that it was probably Jonan that got her here. That she probably does have the magical juice to do it herself. And through the circle. Do you have some time to fix some broken weapons?
Yes.
She's looking at Jonan.
Oh, not me. Okay.
Jonan's face goes stark, looks. Whose? Shauna's. Nods. Then please send me to my office. And he sends her. And goes to Shauna. Says, "All right, looks like you are trying to get me killed after all."
I guess I try to get everyone killed, it seems like. All over a
Only on
book.
Only on the days that end in Y.
Well, y'all best make a plan.
I have one. Kill anything that walks through the door.
This is why I work for you.
Do you have a teleport scroll?
That's a good plan.
No. I didn't bring much with me, to be honest. It's kind of a transportation.
Request. Okay. Gotcha.
I think it is the best that we head to Isocross. Get away from here. It'll give them a farther time to travel after me.
You say so.
I'm just gonna stay within 15 feet of Shauna from this point forward.
How's the frozen well going?
How's the fire going?
Who are you?
Known a consequence, just some merchant that occasionally transports people. So, what is all of your plans?
Stay within
really
15 feet of
good
Shauna.
question.
Are we going to stay in the keep tonight?
Yes, I think we should, actually.
Creed, can I stay in your ring?
Resourceful. I like it.
Oh, yes.
I believe that is an hour.
No, it's only an
I
hour.
thought it was 8 hours.
I don't think so.
God damn.
Creed, what's this say?
It's double my proficiency bonus, which is 8 hours.
Okay.
So I could stay there.
Haha.
Do you want me to take the ring and just kind of hide up on the ceiling in the shadows? And just sleep up there for the night?
Are you sure we should stay in the keep? Isn't a moving target harder to hit?
Moving
I
target
think we should start moving, but
is harder to hit, but
It is hard to hit, but we do need a rest.
yeah,
A
we
rest.
need to rest. We need resources back because you know what's easier than a target that's still
A tired target?
a tired target.
Whoever spends 10 minutes inside the ring gets the benefits of a short rest.
I mean, honestly, they're going to be coming for Shauna no matter what. Even if we start moving now, it wouldn't really behoove us to do anything, and we're relatively familiar with the area, so we're actually at a somewhat of an advantage by staying. It doesn't make a lot of sense to leave now and do what? Wait in Isocross, cold, deprived of spell slots for this thing that's going to take another week or two to get there.
Based on the way they
For
said
the
it,
God's sake, can you at least inform Bucket and Tabs?
to do that, and it sounds like whoever it is may already be on their way. If she's not going to survive the night, that means they're within a few hours or less.
Or they have means to get here quicker.
Yes,
than-
or
Well, that's why I said put up fucking guards with the teleportation circle, but nobody wants to fuck.
Well,
and I'm sorry,
I
I
mean-
stepped away for a moment. Jonan's in here with this now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I detect thoughts on Jonan?
Go for it.
The relationship has changed with him so much.
Mm-hmm.
So wisdom 16 save.
Are you trying to go deeper?
Oh, sorry. No. It's just base. Never mind. Sorry. I'll just go base for now. Base level.
Okay. In Jonan's brain, there is calculations of exact dimensions of the room, number of exits. You actually almost are hearing calculations very precise of the entire keep. Those calculating, you get that there's a eidetic memory here, going over everything they've seen, defenses, weaknesses, and assessing everybody in the room. And an alright, like, I'd say even thinking of, hope I don't die today.
I am going to probe deeper.
Okay. 16?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
If this is somebody looking like Jonan.
Pretty
Like, is
deeper.
there
You find the
anything that seems
memories
like
of you doing these things with
Okay.
that, like of
Okay.
selling, and yeah, this is Jonan definitively. They just are in a very, not the first time they've tried to protect somebody's life,
Okay.
and they're
Just
doing
Just making
their
sure he's not the assassin coming
Wait. Find out if he succeeded in protecting the last
forward.
person.
Okay, just making sure Jonan is Jonan. Okay.
Well, if you're gonna hide in the ring, Sean, should I still use the death ward on you? Do you think they have a figure out of
How long does Death Ward last?
8 hours?
Oh,
Yeah, probably still worthwhile.
You know,
What are the
yeah, it
spells
doesn't
then?
hurt.
Better
Take
idea.
it in.
Why aren't we using me as bait? And
Because we don't want you to die and we like your character. And we need to identify.
I know that, but if they're coming for me, they're going to come for me no matter what. So,
Matt,
but
I have a
then-
question.
Sorry, please tell me you got to identify it.
Would-
my memory.
With my expertise with runes, would I be able to add a runic lock to the teleportation circle without knowing the corresponding rune? Like you wouldn't be able to travel here,
Or like a password.
or make it.
So the teleportation circle is already essentially that.
Mhm.
You have to know the exact address
Yeah.
to go somewhere.
Mhm. Yeah, but I'm
Just
still
that-
concerned that they know anyways.
What?
Like a two center verification.
I'm still concerned that those that need to know it that are coming for Shauna already know it. So I want to add an additional protection.
You'd essentially have to cast it once a day. You have to redo the entire circle
Okay, damn.
to add that type of stuff. Unless you had something to maybe magnify, like if you had residuum or that type of material, but just kind of raw.
No,
So,
we
quick
don't.
question: am I taking the ring and running off into a dark corner and hiding for the rest of the night and sleeping up there? Or
yeah.
what are we doing with the ring?
What do our defenses look like? Let's do this from the ground
They're
up.
standing around the room.
The defenses are I point around the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately, John goes. Is this protected from scry?
Yes,
This room.
we
This
do have
room.
a room. Yes.
Is
this
it?
room.
No, which room? Which room did you protect? Storm?
Wait,
No,
no,
the
Private sanctum.
the academy there, or the lecture hall.
yeah.
Oh.
So this room.
It was the
Perfect.
lecture hall. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you just
So this
checking?
room.
Nice.
God, we're lucky you were learning. Fuck. So we can.
Shauna cast divination on herself earlier today, I swear. When she burned the book.
Today?
Didn't you cast it on yourself when you burned the book?
Well, non-detect for her. He was more looking for.
Oh,
like,
for in general. Okay.
for anyone being able to magically get onto the comfort. What you were just about to talk about, your
yeah.
entire what's strong and what's weak about our
Yeah.
defenses.
No. This
He is
room
very,
is
like-
already protected. Otherwise,
I-
Kathak would not have brought it up.
I do have non-detection on myself for 8 hours because I did cast that on myself.
The rest of us don't.
The rest of you aren't being looked for.
Wow.
I don't know.
You don't know
I
that.
hope.
But they know we're with you, more than likely. Or do they have to know us?
kind of sounds like my organization's a flop over. So if they ask them for my info, I have a feeling they'll give it. We're sneaky people, but we are not secret, especially
Or trustworthy
or strong.
Right. Okay, got it.
We're really good
Yeah.
at taking shit, though.
So let's go over our strengths and weaknesses in this safe space,
I take out
or
my
we can just go to bed and I can sit in front of the door and smash anything that tries to come in.
I think we should definitely talk first.
Most likely they'll just come in. They won't probably use doors.
There's
You
also
gotta
like
figure
8
if they're
windows.
magical users.
There's 8
If they're magic
windows.
users, then they wouldn't be able to come in here without entering physically. It's a private sanctum, right?
I think so.
Is that what sanctums do?
Yeah, it
Check 'em out.
creates. I mean, essentially, it makes the space have a dimensional barrier.
Yeah. When you
read the spell.
Sound camp.
Sound pack pass through the barrier at the edge of the warded area. The barrier of the warded area appears dark and foggy, preventing vision, including dark vision through it. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier at its perimeter. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination. Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area. Planar travels blocked within the warded area.
So it's just a whole section of like our keep that just looks like it's covered in like a dark miasma, basically. I guess is the okay, cool.
Yep, basically.
All right, yeah. Let's. I guess just post up everywhere. I can take a high point. Again, I'm gonna stay within about checking my abilities range, roughly 30 feet of Shauna at all times. That's just so I can pull you out of danger or block damage to you. But it will be hidden.
I mean, honestly, this is like the safest place to be.
Let's head into the night and see who shows up.
All right. So any additional things you were doing?
Yes, we're getting the wormlings in here too. not to protect us, but to protect them from what else might be lurking outside.
Oh, honestly.
And the servants.
And I mean, if they attack something
There's a
that
lot of
comes
people. We do have guards. We do have keep guards.
Do we
Well,
want
we
to
can put them-
sacrifice our guards?
No.
No.
I'd almost say
Let's give them the night off.
evacuate
Yeah.
anybody who's not a soldier or fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe send those that aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send the civilians away.
Well, the less
How
people
far-
here, the harder it would be for someone to sneak in.
How
or
far
as
away is the
someone
chapel
else.
room from the loading center?
I think
not
they're
sure.
fairly next to each other.
I think they are next to each other.
Okay, if they're next to each other, that's where Presley's gonna be holed up.
You want to hold up in there, Presley?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. What if we all hole up in there? They'll expect us to be in the sanctum.
But then they can just see us not in the sanctum.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, never mind.
They
Well,
can just be like,
that's-
oh, that one place. Oh, they're over there. There's everything.
They're
But
next
at
to
the
They
same
would be able
time,
to teleport inside.
at
Once you
the
step
same
inside.
time, it seems they would know we have changed our means if I would change my means. Because Presley would spend most of his nights in that chapel actually, rather than in his rooms and stuff. So like if we were to change up our own routine in this keep, they would know something's up. In my
I mean,
opinion.
then I would go back to the forge.
I'm still gonna stay stealth near Shauna.
It's almost there with Sean too.
All right. Jonan hands you, Shauna, what looks like a icicle wrapped in burlap cloth and tied tightly with black strings.
What is this?
Oh, one of the things I was able to cook up with the leftover stuff.
What do I have to do to use it?
Well, make friends with it.
I can do that.
Wait, does that mean it's alive?
What isn't at this point?
A lot of things. What? Who are you people?
Okay. Creed is not feeling well, so he doesn't feel like he can talk, but Creed's suggestion, and no one has to take it, but he just wanted this communicated to the party that he could get the whole party could get into the ring at this point for 8 hours, and the familiar can visibly carry the ring 8 hours.
Oh, I like
Oh.
that.
That's incredibly way more simple and more functional than what we've come up with previously. I like that. It puts me not in danger.
Well, then let's do that and tell everybody to evacuate the keep.
What are we gonna do with
They'll-
our dragons?
Where they're gonna go?
Do we
And
not
John
have,
kind of
like-
goes, "I have enough juice, actually." You know.
Do we not have like living quarters on land or anything?
No, but they're going to be coming here either way. We can hide, but we can't take everybody.
No, yeah.
They're
Do we
coming
not
for
have
me.
like off-campus living? Do people live in this keep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we have off-campus living? That's terrible.
We just built this.
You people are
It's-
awful.
it's-
Jonah goes, "I can get everybody back to Uther and through the circle,
Okay.
but if I do that, I'll be useless to all of you. I'll have to go with them. I'm not going to be I'll have no juice for anything else."
That may be okay.
We should
Can
send
you-
them
You seem like just a merchant.
Good.
That would be the wrong assumption.
Yeah, that's the wrong assumption.
Or should we set up a trap? Is that's the choice? We can try and run and hide, or we can try and set up a trap.
Do we have time for a trap?
Well,
I mean, yes.
We have as much time until they show up.
yeah.
But we have to either decide if we're staying and doing that or if we're running.
Yeah. At this point, Tabbas comes in with some heated plum wine.
Thank you. It's almost just go grab it and start drinking it, if he can get it from her.
And you see she on her back there, or behind her rather, there are these machines carrying well-packed supplies. She goes, "I have no idea what the hell all of you are doing, but I could tell you were thinking of leaving."
Only for 8 hours. We're going to be going into a trans-dimensional space. Please stay safe.
We would be gone longer than that, Rouse. We'd be heading
Actually-
dice across.
Oh, we're just leaving.
I mean,
Things have gotten very dire very quickly.
we have to either change. So yeah,
So looks,
if we
I've been around a long time. I want you to know, if you leave here, Uther ain't gonna let you have this place back in the same way.
Rao looks to Creed and says, "Should we mention that thing about the tax breaks and other things?"
I say we fight. I say we stay and see who comes for me.
I'm with Shauna. This is our home. Let's fight for it.
I'll
I'm tired of running.
telepathically tell Rao. I'll telepathically tell Rao. Okay, but phrase it as if it was 100% your own idea and I had nothing involved.
Wonderful, it was. But it seems like they're going to stay, so I'm going to keep off for now. I'll mention it once things have calmed down. Never mind, keep going.
Okay.
What's the rest of the group feel? Righteous?
there's an opportunity here, and how can you walk away from your own keep? We can tame these wildlands, but not without Euthydorn's help. If we have to stay in order to keep them on our side, then I say we stay.
We also have a bunch of fucking dragons.
Yeah, the dragons are likely not going to fight at this point.
Yeah,
No.
They're full. Oh, they got the itis.
We still don't want them taken or captured. So.
They're more your protectorates, certainly.
This is just a bunch
we're
of really
protecting
cute
them. They're
kind of
not
like.
protecting us.
Yeah.
So generally
Kaiju
speaking,
dragons.
they like so they are CR2. They will only engage enemies CR 1/2 and lower because they're still survival based beasts. So they're just not going to do it. At least not right now. Jasper would, but not the other ones.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's stay.
All right, if we're staying,
Because I'll take the wormlings off your hands, so you have less to worry about.
Except for Jasper. Jasper's gonna stay with me.
Yeah, of course. I'm talking about the newbies.
The little shit stains. Yep. Have fun.
Right.
Give her the goop dragon too.
I'm not taking goop. You're crazy.
Don't give him the goop dragon. We need that in case of emergency and Presley
Just
suicide.
send it to Baja. Baja would know what to do.
No. What if it's good?
Yes.
Sasha would know what to do.
There's like a 2% chance it's friendly.
So she'll take those from you. Shauna, you can add Staff of Frost to your inventory.
Ooh.
Okay.
As some of this time goes by and Shauna is able to attune, you see this grows into a 7-foot tall icicle. Large at the top, crystalline, very intricate patterns. And actually looks kind of like a star constellation. And they kind of orbit around.
Conan, what did you end up doing with that fire?
That was
What fire? Oh, Jonah.
Helped me create that.
Really? That's all that you got out of it?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's what I was asking.
And I told you what I'm telling.
You bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Did you see my fancy new stick?
I like
Pretty
it.
cool. I know. You should be jealous.
Men in their stick measuring contests.
Mine is pretty cool.
Right. Let's see here. Other than that, he is able. Everyone can have one Jonan's potion. He did carry enough on him for that. But you know how those go? If you do not know how those go, there is
Regular?
a random. They're regular Jonans. So
Regular,
they're
okay.
yeah. There is a random effect out of 100 effects that could possibly happen in addition to healing, and they're greater healing potions. Should you drink a Jonan's potion? And they tend to be usually beneficial, but not always beneficial in the context in which you drink them.
Running away from a murder in the throne room.
It did give me necrotic resistance when I needed it.
Yeah, it's
I just rolled bad.
Righteous, will you help me gather up all the people here and we can send them through with Jonan?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thaumaturgy, make my voice loud and call for the people.
oh, we are sending people back through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to stay and fight, but we don't want to... I mean, the guards can stay if we want to have guards, maybe, but certainly not any regular
I feel
people
like
over
that should
here.
be voluntary for them, though. They signed up to protect it in a certain capacity, not against supernatural assassins. I feel like we haven't trained them to that extent.
There's big somebody's like, they'll do whatever you want. You gave them a life here.
I'd like to keep them alive. I look
Yeah,
at the
me
others.
too.
I guess I'll take everybody back, but
Yep.
they'd stay and fight for you.
We can teach a lot of people a lot of things. We just have to keep them alive to teach them.
All right. So Jonan begins Jonan is very good, and you could tell there's a history of Jonan, these skills that he hides, and begins getting everybody up. Talks to Tabitha in a very interesting way, and she just nods at him, and they start to gather everybody up because you all worry about your preparations and staying alive.
Okay.
Thank you, Jonan.
So after hundreds of people kind of getting out here, that definitely is going to tap Jonan out, like he said, and he makes it. Tabis begins to she goes elsewhere with the wormlings out of the keep and kind of into more of the wilderness, kind of trying to stay far away. Not going to bring them to Uthadurn.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will grab my expert sidekick on the way out and give him the jar of shadows.
Yeah, they can stay if you want. It's up to you.
Now I'm gonna have him go, but I'm gonna
Okay.
tell this one.
There may be some infiltration into Uthadurn. Keep your eyes and ears open, and if you can, report anything back that you find that might be helpful.
The last person you have here is Buckets, who is interested in doing what you want them to do.
I love that Buckets stuck it around.
All right, Buckets. What do you want to do? Stay or go?
I could protect Uthadurn here. What do you want me to do? I'm not in prison or dead because of all of you. So I'm here to serve Starspire Keep. What does Starspire Keep ask?
It may be good to send him with the soldiers, because there's a bunch of regular people, a bunch of soldiers, Jonan, the one magic caster, and then maybe Bucket.
Well, they're going to Uthadurn.
Yeah, they're going straight too.
So they're
Bucket
teleporting to Uthadurn.
or was wanted in Uthadurn, is presumed
Oh,
dead.
yeah,
in
that's a
Uthadurn.
good
Oh
point.
yes, no Bucket.
Yeah.
Bucket
Yeah,
has
Buckets
to-
is going to. Buckets will. Well, even that Buckets is willing to go and be infiltrating there. Because she's asking, what does Starspire Keep wanting to do?
I'll say my opinion is to stay here and then move on to Uthadurn when we leave, to make sure there's no other infiltrations.
Okay.
That's right. Well, everyone's coming back in the morning. Should we give the signal? Can't leave the keep unguarded. Can't let that happen.
No, but I agree to that. But I think you could be very good in Uthadurn to help with more infiltrations. I doubt they will infiltrate a random keep that we're not at.
Fine. So, you have my services. All right. So, you are. Let's see here. We're getting close. So, my understanding is the plan is to all hole up in the same room except for Presley. Presley wants to go to their chapel. You all want to be in the lecture hall. Is there anything else? Any other preparations you want to make?
I just want to stealth and be hidden, but within 30 feet of Shauna.
Okay.
Did we have time to get the sending learned?
Yes, you have sending.
Then I'll go ahead and. Oh wait, I'd have to sleep to prepare it still. I'll wait on
Wesley, are you sure that you want to sleep alone?
I'm not sleeping. I'm gonna take the full because if you use a spell midway through a long rest, you don't get the long rest, right?
Right.
So if we're getting down to a fight in the middle of our rest, I'm human. I don't get the 6-hour short rest or short rest spell, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be exhausted. I won't be able to get spell slots back.
Creed, do you have catnap?
He's got the ring, which does the same thing.
Oh yeah. Or no, but the spell slots and those are on a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Wizards have a feature called Arcane Recovery.
Yeah.
But
not clerics.
yeah.
Did
That's why Cat
did you use your channel divinity? Tasha's had something along the line of that in optional rules, which I believe we used before, which would let you regain a few.
I don't know that one. I haven't used it before, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to
It
you.
allows you to-
Tasha's is able to be used, so.
It allows you to trade spell slots for channel divinity or channel divinity for spell slots.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew you could do that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
it's a
either.
Tasha's feature.
God, I need to start reading these fucking books I buy.
See, that's the Tasha's is one book that I should have that I don't.
But you have access to it because you're in the campaign.
I just use them for the backgrounds and characters.
But no, I think having at least somebody up the entire time.
Oh, I was gonna stay up the night.
All right, and yeah, I would say someone up inside the room and someone outside the room up. It was my plan.
Okay.
I would love for Presley to be able to sleep, though, is the issue, because you're linchpin healer in this case.
Yeah, I mean, me staying up the
Well,
whole
we have
night
Righteous,
isn't
of
really a
course.
huge
Yeah.
deal, but
But I don't know if Righteous wants to spend all his slots healing as well.
I'm here for the group.
What
I
does
mean, I think that those can rest, should rest.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm definitely putting on a death ward on Shauna before I leave them.
Okay. Is anybody going to go into the ring?
I think we're saving that.
Okay.
I mean, if I can just jump in there for like the first bit and just regain that telekinetic psi-powered leap that I spent earlier, that's about the only thing I can grab back.
I
I'll
don't.
take that.
It's like a 1 a day thing, and
Yeah.
I don't think we want to burn
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah, okay. I didn't know if it was a per person thing. Never mind.
Okay.
Zarm will cast Mage Armor.
Okay. So we got Death Ward, we got Mage Armor.
Oh, and I got a 32 stealth for when I was hiding.
It's for
here.
any.
All right, Russ.
The
So,
ring minute is for anyone that's in it for 10 minutes.
yeah. So, Russ, are you going to be outside looking out, or are you just inside where Shauna is?
I'm literally just within 30 feet of Shauna, but just like at any point within a 3-dimensional space, I am just against a wall in the shadows, just like existing and watching. With
Okay.
just ready to either block damage or do other stuff.
All right. In that case, I think Bucket's this time go, what do you want me to do if I see something? Because no one else seems to be taking a watch. Outside of the room?
Outside. No, he's inside the room.
Right.
I mean, he could be outside the room, actually.
Hey, we have familiars. Can't we just... You have, like, familiars, right? Can't you just...
This is kind of the
Oh, yeah,
DM
I
asking what the
remember.
preparations are here. And
Do we want buckets outside the room?
Sure.
Again, familiars. No?
We do have familiars that do typically do this.
All right.
I mean,
So
my
I
familiar-
think I know Creed's kind of getting together. So why don't we end for tonight?
Mm-hmm.
It's just about time.
That's perfect. We go into
I'll say let's go ahead and we'll start next time with just quick. We'll just make sure that you have your setup good, because I feel like people are tired and they're trying to focus. That I don't want. There's obviously probably a big thing, and I don't want to go into that. And then we'll see what happens during the night next
this
week.
is gonna be. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be oh boy. It's gonna be really bad. He's gonna
All
put
right.
so many people on the combat tracker.
So, those of you joining us, thank you so much for doing so, and we'll see who survives next week. So, good night, y'all watching.
Good night, everybody.